see. Shazam. This is something new. Oh, it's neat. I'm watching Facebook auto caption me here. So this will be my first time live streaming to my Facebook group, Pokemon Go Canada. So for those of you who haven't seen me before, hey, I'm Richard Martin, All Bricks Count. Thought I would share live to that particular group on top of my YouTube channel and my personal Facebook page, my live builds. And I thought this would be a great one to share. Show it off for the other camera. Had it for a while. It's a 2020 set. I keep hoping they would pump out more of these. And I know, not everyone in Pokemon Go is going to necessarily appreciate, a toy build or whatever. But, I figure we all love Pokemon. And I would share this. I did Jumbo Jumbo Pikachu a while ago. Hey, Mama Lego. Yeah, everyone loves Eevee, right? And this has been discounted on and off a few times over the last year. So you definitely don't have to pay full price for this guy. But yeah, I thought I would share this build. I forgo my live stream to Twitch to do it to the Pokemon Go Facebook group. Just trying to expand it, We don't necessarily promote a lot of outside Pokemon stuff to the Pokemon Go group, but I've done a few things over the years and wanted to share. Let's see. What do we get in the box? I do got a lot of lights. You can see when I bounce that around. Ooh, very big box. I'll put that over there. Yeah, we're going to hide my Venom and my minions. How about that? I like the minions. We'll leave the minions up. Numbered bags, I'm hoping. Ooh, lots of neat stuff here. Lots of numbered bags. I don't like when they do the manual like this. Pain in the butt. Okay. Should be no stickers. Most Mega Construx sets from this era, or from 2015 to now, don't have stickers anymore. Bag 3, 9. Let's see, 8. Oh, so 10. 11. And a nothing. And a nothing. There's always bags not numbered, which is always a little irritating. 11, 10, 9, 8. All bricks count. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and whatever these are. Looking forward, going to Kitchener this weekend. And Pokemon at Victoria Park. Lots of stops and raids. Yeah. Well, see, I don't do the raids. It's never been my thing. I mean, I shouldn't say never, but I don't even battle much when I can. Like, I got subway stations and a few other good places to battle, but I just don't do it. Let's see. So these 2 and 1, 2, and 3. Oh, they're going to have me rip open lots of stuff to start. Lots. Oh my goodness. So you know what I might do? I'm going to move these up, I think. Just out of sight for now. Don't really need them there. Jeez, I think I got an eyelash in my eye. I shouldn't be holding a knife while I got an eyelash in my eye. Kind of an unplanned stream. I knew I wanted to build something, and I thought I might want to build this. And building this will clear up some space. Okay, how about we use the box for all the trash. There's the Mega Construx puller, brick separator. It's okay, but it's not great. And unmarked bag. I don't know why they do this, why they'll do a bunch of stuff in these unmarked bags, and they're pretty consistent about doing it. And then half these parts won't get used for a while. I'm hoping that this build won't require me to modify it. Pikachu had a notoriously loose head that if you moved it 3 or 4 times, it would actually disconnect. So I modified it with 5 or 7 additional Lego pieces that allowed me to, I'm just going to leave those in their plastic bags for now. 2 different hingy points. Ratcheted. Hey, Maniac. I'm back. Is dinner over? You can join me? Nothing in there. Good, 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 good. So I've learned that if you keep the contents of particular bags together, it tends to be easier to find what you're looking for. Oh, I've refilled this. So so I went from Coca-Cola I bought to my wife's Pepsi. I hate Pepsi, but at least I had a lot of ice. And now I'm on frozen pink lemonade, which frankly I prefer to either of those. Put the kids to bed, send me a link, and I can pop in. Okay, you know what we'll do. The link will be in here, all right? This way I don't have to fire up Facebook, because Facebook is just getting slower and slower. So there's the link. And what I will do is, thanks for whoever hearted this. Let's go to the YouTubes. And how do I do this? My channel. And if I do this, I can pin the message. There we go. And the reason I'm going to go back to the Facebook is because some people, if they chime in from Facebook, I can't. Oh, I committed that sin, didn't I? Haha. Let me see what this will have done. If I jump out of this, refresh. There's a 1. Ah. So it did duplicate it. So what I'll do is I'll just delete this one, remove the post. I forgot Mama told me that if I post like that to Facebook by accident, it duplicates the post. And now I'll go back in. It duplicated, so what I'll do is I'll just delete this one, remove the post. Okay. It's out of sync. What do you mean this video has ended? We're having trouble streaming to Facebook. This may be an issue on Facebook's end. It is possible the stream has ended or deleted on Facebook. Oh, no. I goofed it. Oh, man. Oh, but only to the group. Oh, that is so dumb. And it won't let me restart. Oh, well. That's sad. Okay, you know what I'll do? All right. Can I not put it back? Yeah, why not? Come on, come on. The problem is I knew I duplicated it, so then I removed what I thought was duplicate, but I've think I've kickstarted it into starting up again. And I'm not going to remove it again. We're just going to leave well enough alone. This way, if anyone actually comments in there, I don't think they will. It's a different kind of group. Then I'll see. Because if they don't give permissions, then they just come up as Facebook user. And I hate that. Oh, hang on. Hello. Hi. I just want to let you know I'm on my way home now. Oh, wow. Okay. That's okay. I'm taking, they give me a taxi tip, so I'll be coming home by cab. Oh, okay. We'll see you soon. Okay. Bye. Wifey's coming home from the Christmas party, and they gave her taxi chips or whatever you call it. Company's really cool like that. Yeah, it was pretty much a dumb thing I did there, deleting it. This is amazing. I'm watching Facebook. I turned the volume down, and it's literally transcribing what I say on the fly, and it's doing a pretty good job too. All right, so this is where we're starting. Let's close the dangerous weapon. And figure out what's going to be comfortable here. See how that works. I love these. I guess it's almost nougat colored bits. Oh my God. Are some of these got a print on them? Apparently. There's the print. So let's see if can I show that? See, that's got a print like a smiley face or something. So I can't use that one just yet. Two more plus a brick. Actually, more like three more. Hey, T-Fan. Well, I've had this set. Hang on. Hello, Eileen.
Hello, I've been sitting there for about 10 minutes.
You have not been sitting there that long.
Yeah, okay, 5. I'll give you 5.
You
But
are prone to exaggeration, my dear.
I'm a woman. Women always exact. Oh, my head's a mess. No, I went by way of Facebook to see if it worked. That's why I
Okay.
went that way to make sure your thing worked.
Yeah, that was a real rookie mistake I made, but I had remembered that every time I post, if I forget to just set it to you, if I forget to set it just to YouTube when I post out of StreamYard, you're the one who told me before it duplicates the setting over and over, and I didn't want to do that. And so I went and deleted the newest one. It's like, oops, but it killed the stream altogether.
Well, I
T-Fan
thought it was,
saying, I saw it on sale. I did see it on sale, but I bought this thing over a year ago on sale. Actually, the day it came out, for whatever reason, Toys R Us Canada, they were discounting the Pokemon Go sets, and this one, they do the same thing with the Halo. The new Halo releases, if it falls because of the poor distribution, if it ends up falling during a sale, it seems like even the new sets get discounted. So lucky me. But I did see it again recently, and it did put it back in my head that, hey, I've really been wanting to do this. And I did want
so,
to share it to the Pokemon group.
so did your wife build this?
Oh, look at that. That's cool.
You know what I think is so cool? That they've given it a background.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it.
But I bought this off Corey, and then Jack gave me his copy. Then I guess Corey will give him his copy.
Oh,
Right?
that's a pretty good network of Lego people you're connected to these days.
I know I'm pretty good. And Marco sent me a pig and a chicken, and then
Yeah, I recall that. Yeah,
he's gonna send me a scarecrow or Tin Man, I think it is. So
very nice.
pretty good. And of course, then I spent more money with Jazz because he put something up I wanted, so I ended up spending more money. So that free one that I won has cost me another $100.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I got to slow down. I'm supposed to be going on that trip. So I need to start saving
Yeah,
instead
you
of
gotta save some
spending.
money so you can shop.
Yeah, and I guess stay in England. I think with the COVID, I want to stay to one country, not go to three.
That's probably going to be smart. When's the trip?
Well, now because England's going back into lockdown, it looks like I'll be
Oh,
23.
oh, jeez. It's just getting worse and worse. It's like I know with my wife and the Girl Scout troop, they've long since given up any idea of getting to the UK now. I think now they're thinking of going to BC. And if that happens, great, because I want to go with them
Yeah,
probably. But it's sad because these girls for 2 years have been wanting to go to the UK because it was supposed to be land in London and then leave after 10 days. Somehow they'd end up in Scotland. And that was going to be an amazing trip.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Um, yeah, it's just so sad that it's probably not going to happen. And some of these girls are going to be out of the group by the time something like this might come around again.
Yeah, like we were gonna do Amsterdam, England, and then Scotland, and we
Oh,
were gonna be gone a month. And
Amsterdam, that could be interesting.
but now with everybody having so many different rules, I just feel safer staying in one country. And then we're gonna do London for a week, Brighton for 2 weeks, and then Northern England for a week. I'll be 70 that year.
I
So
think you're braver than me right now because I'm just like, I mean, so terrified of watching countries just open and close their borders so fast now.
but that's why I said I'm not gonna go now until 2023. My girlfriend has Parkinson and I have my diabetes and that, so yeah, I want to go when I feel safe.
Yeah.
My son is in Costa Rica this week and I'm freaking out and he's texting me every couple of days just keep me calm.
We've got some friends in Monaco right now, and they're locked down again. So it's like, I don't know how they're getting out of that part of the world.
But that's
I
it.
don't know.
If we get caught there, that means like you gotta pay for accommodation for how long?
Yeah.
But I was lucky.
I mean, it's okay for people who've got plenty of money and resources, but if a lot of us travel with, I mean, the last time I traveled, I had 10 grand on me, and that was including everything for the trip too. And I made sure, like real travel, that was the Dominican. So I had US money, Canadian money, and some local money. I call it my get the hell out of town money just in case something happens, right?
Yeah.
And but a lot of people don't travel like that. They get an all expense paid trip and they have maybe 500 to $1,000 spending money and that's all they have. And if they end up in some foreign place and then they close the borders and you got to stay even a couple extra nights, that could be devastating.
Well, that's where like my travel money, my insane money is $5,000. But
Yeah.
I leave that
I
in
think
my
that's a good I think that's a fair amount of money and that's pretty smart.
and I leave it in my bank account. And I have my limits high when I go traveling.
Right.
And just there and if I get home and haven't used it, just goes back into my savings.
Just gonna
So,
ban
but
this a
yeah, I
bit.
want to go to it, but if we go to Amsterdam, it has to be a specific time of the year, or you don't get to see the flowers.
Right.
That's basically why you're going to Amsterdam to see the gardens.
When I was in Quebec at the end of the summer there. It was so nice to see the gardens. Like it was the perfect timing to see so much of the beautiful arrangements and the colors. I'd hate to travel somewhere and miss out on the local blooms.
Yeah, and that was it. I mean, I was lucky. I got all my money back except for the train. They gave me credits. How long are they going to continue with giving me credits? So,
See, that annoys me. To me, give me back my money.
but Airbnb gave me a credit, and I went to Kitchener last month, and I used my credits up because I thought it's coming to the end of the year. How long are they
Hey,
going
Ryan.
to keep extending it?
Hey,
Uh,
Ryan.
Want to come do my gifts too when you finish?
He's wrapping presents.
I'm
I
wrapping
hate
gifts.
wrapping. My wife wraps almost everything. I am so bad.
Well, like we said, I'm a good little homemaker.
And it's not that I don't try. It's just it's funny. I'm artistic and I'm creative, and
Yeah.
I'm very details oriented. But you put a regular box in front of me with wrapping paper and scotch tape, and it doesn't look neat when I'm done. It looks like a 5-year-old wrapped it. And I've watched everyone do it. I used to go to Sears and the Hudson Bay, and watch them wrap. I understand, and I can't do it
Yeah.
well. I don't know. Um,
I'm not the greatest, and I get to the point I'm like good enough. Like especially
yeah,
like it's hard. Like with some of these kids stuff,
kids
it's all
don't
weird
care how neat it's
sizes.
wrapped. Adults
But
do, but kids don't.
No,
They don't
yeah.
care how neat it's wrapped.
you know how like a lot of the kids' toys are like weird shapes, and they have like open sections on the boxes, or oh, it's
I was
just like
looking at the
frustrating.
Mario set before I pulled down the Eevee set. The
Yeah.
Mario set, that's a wretched box to wrap. I mean,
Oh
it's
yeah,
got
it's a weird
weird
shape.
angles all over it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm doing bags for the dolls. There's just no way that you can wrap a doll in paper. There's just
Yeah.
no way.
Without putting it in a box or something, eh?
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, and the girls will be will be 4 and 6 January and February. They're not gonna take it. They're just gonna rip. So yeah, it's just going in the bag.
Yeah. It's
My
funny. Even it's funny. Years ago, Santa even got lazy after a while, and he Santa quit wrapping my gifts. They just would always just be propped up against the TV or something like that in the living room, even when I was a kid. So at some point, Santa even says, "Screw it, good enough."
oh no, my mom and dad, they were always pretty awesome. But they were so foolish. They always did the wrapping Christmas Eve.
Oh,
And they were exhausted in the morning. And of course, my dad was that guy who also, when I was really young, would open up whatever the toy was and sticker it and have it ready kind of thing.
yeah.
And there were times when it'd be 3, 4, 5 in the morning. They were still at it because he was still screwing around trying to figure
Oh, I
things
could
out.
only imagine. Yeah.
Because he bought me all that cool stuff when I was a kid. And it's like, oh,
Now
Well,
I
you
used
could.
grandma was funny. She used to keep all the wrapping paper, but she was
Oh,
very
that's a good
frugal.
question,
She
Dave.
kept it
saving
neat,
it.
kept the bows,
Yeah.
kept the ribbons, all that stuff. And she'd reuse it. God bless her. And everything she did. By the way, immaculate wrapper. She could go and work anywhere and wrap, in Christmas season for people.
Do you guys remember consumers?
Say that again.
Do you guys remember consumers?
Consumers distributing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was my favorite. That was my favorite store as a kid because you had that wicked catalog, and then as a kid you'd be looking through it, and you get to the toys section, and then you write down all the 6-digit codes. And
Yeah.
as a kid, you would give your parents this list with 6-digit codes and write the name beside GI
That was a
Joe.
precursor to like Sears, wasn't it?
Well, it wasn't a
No, it
precursor.
was
I mean, they were
actually
direct competitors in many ways because
Oh, was
Sears
it?
catalog
I,
shopping was still big right to the end.
yeah, like I
Um,
remember that name, Consumer Distributors, but I still remember it for, well, I grew up in the 80s, so I always remember the Wish Book. That's the only thing I can remember, but I remember hearing that name, Consumer Distributors. I definitely heard it.
okay. Well, I went back 6 times at Christmas to get He-Man's castle, and I would have to build it every time to make sure all the pieces were there because you don't
oh,
want a kid disappointed Christmas morning.
yeah.
6 times there was a pieces missing. Take back, you get another one. Finally, the 6th time, I got a complete He-Man castle.
From consumers?
on consumers. 6 times I
Oh,
had to go back. You get
I've
people
never
returning it without all the pieces.
I never had to take anything back to consumers. What I hated about consumers, especially from like October on, any other time of year you go in, you got your item in 5 minutes. From October on, it took you
Yeah,
an hour every time to get anything out of consumers
yeah,
because they still usually only had one guy working the back. So you give them this slip, they pass it to the kid in the back. Maybe 45 minutes later, you got your 2 or 3 items you wanted. And God help you if you wanted something from the jewelry counters that were in some of the stores. You
yeah.
never got anything then because half their employees weren't authorized to open the jewelry counters.
Oh,
And
the
it's funny
goodness.
because their business model was designed to have everything on racks in the back and it'd be a theft-free environment. Unlike back then, you'd go to Woolco, stuff on or
Yeah,
Zellers, stuff on the shelves, people steal. Well, consumers distributing, one of the reasons they had to close was because of massive thefts in their stores. Their
Yeah.
employees were robbing them blind. I knew in high school, I had, actually, it was junior high. I knew 2 people that I could go to. I wanted stuff on the cheap, and they weren't. This is how bad they were, because Dufferin Mall was like 1 block away from where my secondary school and my high school was. I literally could go over there and I could make a deal and I could pick it up off the back dock. That's how bad it was.
oh yeah,
You got the stuff, I got the cash.
Yep. And their employees were just so bad for this.
oh yeah. I used to work at a place that made duvets and comforters and sleeping bags, and they had really bad return policy. So the the returns wouldn't even get off the truck, and it was going into another truck. And they probably put undercover cops, and they got busted. And these guys have worked there 20 years, and they went to the guy's house. He had a room full of duvets and everything else he needed.
Oh,
Really?
Oh, wow. Yeah, I hate it. Oh, I hated inventory. That's the one thing I hated about working was inventory. Yeah,
it's funny. I don't know what it is about me. I love inventory accuracy. One of the things I was doing today, well, I did 2 things today. I was rejigging part of my warehouse for safety. It turns out some guys had received 2 trucks of treadmills and they stacked them up and it looked pretty, but it was technically unsafe and against our rules. Stuff's not wrapped, blah, blah, blah. So I lowered the heights, had some kids wrap it up. We were we're a little slow right now. We got through Black Friday. Now we're starting to ramp up for Christmas, and
Oh
then it
yeah.
was counting this stuff, and I love doing the counting, and
yeah, but you have to like
people are
these
so
guys,
bad
these
at it. That's what
kids.
I don't understand. People are just so bad at it; they can't count.
Like,
Yeah, you don't want people that are can't count in a business where you have to keep tabs on inventory. It's just
well,
not a good.
that's why they grabbed the office workers, and we all had to go in and do it.
Yeah.
So, and 1 year, the accountant said, "Nope, do it all over again." So we had to come in on a weekend and recount everything.
When I started in warehousing, when I worked for the Chinese company Cherison, every year the bank sent auditors.
Oh yeah,
So we had our own internal accountants come in and count on the floor with us, and then we had the auditors come in.
Oh
That was
well.
funny
You actually
because
had the bean counters actually counting inventory.
yeah.
coming to help
That's
out, it was
actually really
all hands on
surprising.
deck because we tried to do the entire warehouse in 3 days.
Yeah.
Literally everything would be counted. And keep in mind, this is a tiny company compared to where I work now, but there was still shenanigans even then because I remember the best memory I have working for that company in the first year. Um, Me and my buddy, there was about 78 skids, and we had to drop them on the floor because there was this discrepancy. So we dropped these skids on the floor. So as my boss and one of my coworkers and the accountant and the auditor would start counting skids, right? And as they worked their way down, We take something they've already counted, drive around the warehouse to the far end of the lane, drop it at that end, so that they
Big
could count,
bugger.
so they could
And they
count it
count it
again.
again.
And we got so good at this stuff, and it's like, yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we always say we'd find it later or whatever, and chances are we usually did, but still, that's a fond
Oh,
memory I have back in the Chinese days. It's like,
if I was working with you, I would have hated you so much.
Yeah.
oh,
I would be, you ass.
Well, I fell off the
and we
wagon once.
intentionally put the slowest counters with them. So we'd have our workers, we take the slowest one, or someone who would make intentional mistakes, and the auditor would go, no, that's not right. See, so that's distraction. That's what you want. They're focused on that, right? While I'm driving around the warehouse with my machine and dropping the skids on the other end. And they would now see the auditors are smart, right? They're marking the skid with a mark, right?
Yeah.
Well, before I get to the end, you turn that box
Oh, turn it the inside.
so they can't see their mark on it, you know? Oh, those poor people.
Oh,
The stuff I learned. It was
that's so evil. That was evil.
yeah. Well, there's just
I ended
so
up in the
much product.
hospital when I did inventory.
Mhm,
I kind of missed the last two rungs of the ladder coming down, so I
mhm.
ended up in the hospital. Yeah.
Oh. Now,
Yeah.
see, now inventory is different for us because we do what's called cycle counting. So
Oh, okay,
we
yeah.
just have, well, I've got an inventory team who basically their job every day, all day long, they just continuously count
They,
stuff
yeah,
because the
they print
inventory is
off inventory
constantly in
for.
flux because there's always damage, missing. And my guys, they're sneaky. They damage something, they don't report it, or they don't put it away right, so it's in a different rack. I mean,
They
there's always
just
some
hide it and
shenanigans. If we
hide it and
ever,
hope maybe somebody else get blamed for it. Eh?
it's like we've added all these layers of accountability, but everyone knows how to game the system, so it doesn't matter. If they
Kind of
don't want to be
cover their
accountable, they won't
ass.
be accountable. Yeah, no, it's a joke.
Um,
And as long as people are sneaky and screw around, there's always going to be all these extra jobs. I remember when we only would have one person on the inventory team, and now it's like it's equal to my picking team or equal to my outbound team. It's just ridiculous.
oh yeah, it's a big
Yeah.
thing now. Eh? I know one thing I was going to ask you. Have you heard? Because I'm pissed right off about um,
Oh,
shipping.
shipping.
Have you run into a company called Intelcom?
Yes. So, and I'm
Maybe
gonna
it's
tell
just
you what I
here.
know about them. So
Yeah,
basically, when Pitney Bowes, usually it's Pitney Bowes, dealing on behalf of either eBay or Amazon in the States,
yeah,
when they're sending stuff across the border, Pitney Bowes is a broker, and then they hand it off to any number of companies. In Toronto, lately, it's Intelcom.
okay.
Oh.
They
I don't
are
like
atrocious
I
out
don't like
here.
these guys. I was very lucky to get my last package for my wife. They're very hit or miss. They don't read instructions. Even when we got through to them, they had left a door tag, and I read it off to them and clearly the guy couldn't write. What he wrote is gibberish. I figured out what the package should have been based on my Amazon. I gave that
Yeah,
to them. They go, okay, this is what it is. Great. They said, listen, the guy's still in the area. I gave my wife gave them her number. They said, yeah, we'll come by even as late as 10 and 11 o'clock. I said, great, we'll be up, right? This was 4 in the afternoon. Never came. 3 days
yeah.
later, still hadn't come. Just dumb
And you
luck
can't get
one
a
day.
hold.
Can't
You
get a
can't get
hold
a
of them.
hold
They're
of them
almost
either.
Yeah.
impossible to get a hold of.
Yeah,
Because all we want to do is to go pick it up wherever they are at the depot. You don't have to come back to us. We will come to you. And we
they
couldn't
won't
even.
tell you where the depot is, and you can't get a hold of them anyways.
Nope. Nope.
Hey,
I
Um,
I hate it. I really hate them.
so
they,
oh, go ahead.
okay, they left my packages and someone else's packages beside the elevator on my floor.
Oh,
All of a sudden,
Jesus.
I see on Amazon it's been delivered. So I go, oh, now I'm off for the hunt because I don't leave it at the door. Went down and it was like a box of LED light bulbs. and anybody could have walked off with it because it showed it was LED light bulbs.
Oh
And
man.
of course, they yelled,
Well,
screamed, and yeah, it doesn't do anything. They leave it outside. They leave it in the mailbox area. Like it's like, come on.
well,
There was a
what's
YouTuber I was watching, and on his street, he can see the Amazon delivery guys and then all the third party delivery guys. So he just sets up his camera, and he's got a good view of 15 houses, say 7 or 8 on each side. And he lives on like a cul-de-sac kind of thing. And so he's got this wide view, and he could see the people making deliveries, and then he could see the people who come into the neighborhood following the vehicles,
oh yeah,
going onto the porches and picking stuff up.
yeah.
And this was a camera he would just let run, so he'd see the footage at the end of the day. And then he started posting it to YouTube, and it just became a regular thing. And it's like, oh my god, it's horrible. The porch piracy is outrageous.
But I mean, if you leave it in the lobby, we have got 20 floors in this building. You'll be lucky to see it.
So
And
what's happening out here? Um, like I ordered one of my last daughter's gifts, and that was on, I think it was Friday night. Saturday it showed shipped from, uh, it was somewhere in Ontario, anyways, and it scanned in at 2 p.m. on Sunday here in Brandon, and it hasn't updated since. Not a single update. I've tried calling a couple times. I'll sit on hold for half an hour. Finally, it'll just disconnect within telecom.
oh,
So I tried getting a hold of Amazon on Wednesday,
okay.
and even they're so backed up you can't even talk to anyone on Amazon. So I ended up having to do the live chat. That took 10 minutes
Oh,
just to have somebody connect. So typing out while I'm sitting at my computer trying to work, I'm typing in my phone, just chatting like, okay, this is what's happening. You can't get a hold of this carrier. It's patch isn't updated, and on top of it, any of our local like Facebook classifieds or eBrand, everyone all of a sudden the last like 3 weeks to a month is complaining about this in telecom, never getting packages, can't get a hold of anyone. People that do drop off packages, they're dropping off the wrong packages at the wrong house, and they'll go out to the driver, and the driver just speaks gibberish and drives away, and they have to go and finish. Literally, there's people going then and delivering the package to the right address because they don't
they're
like.
good people, and they
Yeah,
know they would love this to be returned to them someday if
yeah,
they were in the same boat. Yeah.
exactly. So what I got from Amazon is they were like, okay, we're going to reach out the carrier ourselves. And your package will be delivered in 24, 48 hours. And I was like, I highly
Sure.
doubt that. But I
I,
said, here's what I need. I said, fine, I'll give you till Friday. I said, if I got no updates by like 10 a.m. on Friday, I said, I'm getting back in touch with you. I want it reordered. You're paying for expedited shipping, and that's what's going to be. And they're like, yep, no problem at all. That'll whatever. And then they were like, on top of it, we've just posted a $5 credit to your account and your next order. And it's like, well, okay, great, but I've spent like an hour and a half screwing around with this. Like,
Yeah.
I work for a lot more than $5, but
yeah,
anyway,
if you really want to know what my time is worth.
yeah, exactly. So we'll see. I keep so since Wednesday I've checked like every couple hours. I'll check the tracking. Just gullible. I keep looking like no, it's not updating, and it's never gonna update.
I
No.
found like when I had the stuff on the elevator by the elevator, I went to go complain again to, to them, right? The whole customer service site was down. I figured everybody's complaining so much, it crashed.
It's a rough time of year for everybody, so
Well, and so what I told them, I said I want it posted on my account. I never want you to use Intelcom to ship anything to me ever again. I
Oh yeah,
said put it on,
they'll agree with you, but you'll still get them.
yeah. So we'll see if
I,
tomorrow I
I
tell
tried
them to
that
do
one
that.
time. I tried that one, and I'm still getting telecom.
Oh, really? Yeah. See,
Yeah.
and if I'm straight up tell them, I said I don't want to see it shipped by them ever again, and if I do, you're going to be hearing from me. So
See,
we'll
if it's
see.
coming
If
from the States, it's going to be
it's
very
not though,
tough. Oh, it's not? You sure?
well, yeah, because well, this watch, it was. I literally ordered it Friday after work and had notification that it shipped out of Ontario the next day.
Oh, okay.
So it came out of Ontario warehouse. It's just
Okay.
a Fitbit watch, kids Fitbit watch, but
Yeah, I
yeah.
think
So
Amazon's got like 8 warehouses around me now. I tell you, it's crazy.
well, they opened up another one in Winnipeg too. Apparently here, like they got two in Winnipeg now.
And they're just continuing to expand, like just
But
nothing's slowing them
see,
down.
it's weird. They were using that ASL since like September,
Yeah,
and they're great. Like I was like, they're any time of day. Like, well, remember that night we were on a stream and I checked my tracking. I was like, holy crap, there's supposed to be a package outside my door. Like it was 2 days early from what it
right.
said it would be there, and it was sitting like 10 o'clock at night. It was sitting on my doorstep. But those like Saturday, I've had deliveries Saturdays, Sundays, and we don't get that out here. Like we're not a big center,
Yeah.
and they're great. And then all of a sudden, I, I I've got my Black Friday purchase on this weekend. I'm going to do a haul video. I'm hoping I open it up and it's in good condition. I'll be heartbroken if it's not. But that was in telecom and it came. So thank Christ. It was a pricey set. But
Well, you remember when I did one of my videos and I opened up the space Lego and the stuff was broken. I mean, my heart just sank.
oh yeah,
It's like, you scumbag.
oh yeah, because that was you end up there was somebody in Toronto that gifted you the pieces, right?
Jerry Ryan. I'll never forget. What an awesome lady. I mean, she responded to me, and it's like, I can't remember what I sent her afterwards as a thank you, but just a great lady. I was not expecting that at all. And these are not easy to get items either.
Well, because they have
Well, they're
tendency to
vintage
break
and they've never
anyways,
been,
right?
yeah, they're brittle and old. And
They broke,
uh,
yeah, they're very known for breaking like that, right?
I mean, hey, it's a 40-year-old part with no hope
Yeah,
of getting modern replacements.
yeah.
Well, I was waiting for a package from H&M. I bought the girls some clothes for Christmas, and
Okay.
I got notice from H&M. Your thing has been delivered, and with this post office. I went running downstairs. The guy was still putting mail in the box. Right? He had left everything on the truck, brought up all the tags, and threw it all in the mailbox. He
Oh,
My,
hadn't left the box. He hadn't done anything. He was just being like, well, he wanted to get home. So we and another woman stood there until he finished filling all the boxes, and then we made him go get it from the truck. Because it
I
was
wonder what Ryan's doing right now.
yeah.
say, my
Oh,
kid,
get your butt started
And I turned
coming
up my
to help
headphones
me.
so I could hear Eileen. It's like, oh my God, this is horrible.
my my kids are gonna hate me for I used packing tape. They're gonna have fun getting
Oh
in that
no.
one.
Hey,
Oh,
Well,
when I
what these well, no, they're not gonna watch. So Switch games, they're like obvious. Like I was like, I can't wrap them in the game cartridge. Like so obvious what they are. So I have them wrap them in a box, but Amazon box. So packing tape the crap out of it. So and I won't let them use the knife either, so they can have fun Christmas morning. That'll be fun.
oh,
Sit there, sit there and evilly giggle as they try to get into the box.
when I used to send things to England, I would put on 3 layers of tape
Oh,
on the whole package Well, it tasted about red or whatever. So there was like 3 layers of the big cake.
Well, Ryan, I'll tell you, like when I do ship, which isn't often, I ship it so it'll float.
Oh yeah,
His
yeah, it's
package
true.
was watertight.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Well, what do you, but I got
If the Great
smart.
Lakes went as far as him, we could have sent it by water.
yeah, sailboat.
No, now that I have Amazon UK, I send it that way. It saves me so much money on like the cost of package of sending it over. I was spending so much money, I was paying double to ship it to England. So
Um,
I use
Oh,
when
Amazon UK, order it, send it to my girlfriend. She does all the wrapping. No, I don't. She's I buy all the bags and throw them in bags.
yeah.
it's funny how that works with when I first started at the job I'm at now, so like this like 13 years ago, we had a couple customers that farmed in the UK that would buy combine parts from us every year. It was cheaper for them to buy parts that are available over there, buy them from us in Canadian funds, and have us ship them all the way to the UK, and they would get it would be like half the price even when after shipping than what they'd buy them from their local dealers in the UK.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
We did it for a couple years and then kind of lost track with the contacts that we had. They quit contacting us, but maybe they retired. Who knows? But isn't that nuts? Like that's what gets me sometimes. Like I understand exchange rates and stuff, but that's ridiculous. Like
Yeah, I
people are
mean, it is
just
the same
hosing.
shit. See, with all the stuff I bought from Jazz, he gave me $25 for shipping. Even that stuff I bought from Tmall cost me $20, and there was and he only charged me $12 for what I bought.
Wow.
Well, that's just it. And like in the states, they can ship like a frickin' 20-pound parcel across the country for frickin' $20. And we can't ship a frickin' 2-pound parcel across one province for cheap. It costs more. Okay.
Canada Post has completely priced themselves out of the market.
I don't know what they're trying to accomplish. Yeah, like
I don't know if it's a union labor or if there's something else going on now, but it's funny. 5 years ago, Canada Post, in most respects, was the number one courier because they hit areas no one else would.
yeah,
And it seemed like they got complacent because, yeah, they're still probably got the biggest network in that sense, but I
yeah.
mean, look, my
Like
company has cut back shipping with them huge. You can't pick up your stuff in Canada Post depots much anymore. Um, yeah, it's getting bad with Canada Post.
and they're supposed to be our frickin' postal service. Like they're supposed to
Yeah,
be number one. Like
I
yeah, they're
really
not
worry in
acting.
5 or 10 or 15 years you're going to find that Canada Post won't be our national carrier. Someone else is going to buy up the rights to that and take it
Yeah,
over. And I don't want to have UPS or Purelator or Canpar or someone else take it over. It shouldn't be that way.
yeah. Well, that's just it. It'll be USPS or something. They'll buy it or some damn thing, eh?
Yeah.
Well, I ordered Lego parts, right? The things and that. And they had to go through Jamaica, New York. So DHL delivers it. My sister-in-law works for Canada DHL. These guys are showing up at 6 in the morning with these packages of little Lego pieces. They did it 3 times in 2 weeks. Like, I'm not buying any more little pieces anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a lot of little parts I got to order, and I've been putting it off. And I keep checking back, say, with Bricklink to figure out when I'm going to do it because I'm going to lose on shipping so badly because I can't get it narrowed down to just a few stores. and I just
That's
need.
yeah.
I don't need a lot of parts, but I need like 2 or 3 pieces for each set, and there's 15 to 30 sets I got to finish and fix, and it's like I'm going to get brutally ripped off on
Well,
shipping.
that's what kind of screwed me with that B-wing build. Like I couldn't help it. I ended up having to order from literally about 10 different stores to do that build. So
Yeah.
and in the end, I should have just bought one. I could have probably bought one sealed damn near
Oh,
by the time it's said and done.
sometimes it's easier or cheaper. Yeah.
Hindsight after and start kind of going back and like, well, yeah, and start adding these up and it's like, crap.
we won't we won't tell Chantel about this one.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And well, and there's that, and on top of it, then there was still a couple pieces that I had to do a color. Well, there's pieces that there's still about $100 worth of pieces in 4 pieces that are color swapped, and
Oh
I had to use
wow.
I used a reproduction sticker.
And yeah, and the repo sticker.
Yeah, which I don't think. Well, I don't. It's pretty tough to look at that and tell that's a reproduction. If you'd have to really know what you're looking for. I can't see it.
Well, I tell you, especially as time moves on, you're going to see the repo sticker people get bigger and bigger.
Oh yeah,
Um, well, just look, that dragster that I bought, you cannot buy the stickers on Bricklink.
yeah.
No one's got them.
Well, and it's hard to find stickers like it's usually, well, especially UCS ones. Like
Yeah. Yeah,
you
those
can't
plaque
find
ones
them.
are the toughest.
Yeah,
But even regular stickers to fix a set, like, nope. So it can be tough.
yeah. Nobody parts out UCS that, so you're
I
kind of
mean, I'm
screwed.
tempted from now on for every sticker. I've been thinking about it. Is pre-opening my sets, even if I'm, for new builds and stuff.
Yeah,
Scanning my stickers, do a high definition color thing, making a digital archive of these images because you could always print these out on clear later yourself.
yeah,
Even if you had to go to Staples and say, "Hey, print this on a clear sheet," they could do it for $5 or $10, and that's still going to be easier and cheaper than you'll have to cut them yourself. But trust me, if for what you save versus ordering stickers on Bricklink, because trust me, that's an expensive proposition. There, you want stickers on Bricklink, you want to get them so they don't get bent. Good luck.
yeah, yeah,
Hey,
I've
what
had
was
that
that?
argument with guys too. I ordered this, I spent $10, and they're all bent, and he had put them in an envelope.
yeah.
You couldn't put
You could,
cardboard, you couldn't do something to protect
well,
it.
yeah. Put a
Yeah.
couple pieces of cardboard between it, it would have fit in the envelope still.
Yeah.
Like, geez, man. Like,
No, that booklet really looked like it was jammed in there, along with the stickers on that one. Like,
Yeah, your folded book with the stickers, that almost makes me cry. It's like, oh,
I
I
well,
can't
hate
even
that.
flatten it.
yeah. If Lego can't even figure
Oh,
that one out,
customer service, Eileen, just I wouldn't even stress over it. Just give them a call, say, hey, these are missing or these are bent or
Yeah.
especially if you don't like some people overdo it. That's
well,
where was it Winston, the one that
Winston
got
was
cut
one.
off?
Yeah.
He must have made a lot of calls, so to have that happen.
There's
So
definitely abusers.
and
I'm
maybe they were all legit, but still, like after a while, I should maybe like I can
you
live
just get
with
flagged.
this.
You just get flagged as a problem customer.
Yeah,
There was one guy and they told him, listen, your VIP points are good. We just won't deal with you online anymore. You gotta go to the store. It's like,
yeah,
wow.
it
I've
sucks. It definitely would suck.
Hey Vern, how you doing? Yeah, we're doing something a little different. Pokemon.
Hey Vern, I just watched Ernest
Hmm.
Ernest Saves Christmas last night. Hey Vern,
Hey Vern.
actually, I hadn't seen that movie in years. I watched it with the kids. I had a blast.
My daughter's never seen any of that stuff.
Oh no way!
Yeah.
Last year we watched the Halloween uh, Ernest movie. And then it's actually this. If you dare want to get her, try and get her to watch it. It's actually Disney Plus has Ernest Christmas on
Oh
Disney
yeah.
Plus. Yeah, that's what we walked it.
Here's a part you won't see in Lego. Let's see if I can. What do we do? Here, I'll put it on this camera. So, see that shape?
Yeah.
No, let me go back to my
You
camera.
don't.
Oh, just a second.
You don't get that in Lego, and it's very common in Mega.
What was it?
Slope with studs, and you can see it's staircased.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a Mega Blocks original, as far as I know.
Oh,
I've never seen that with it. Pretty
no,
much anyone else, actually.
that's kind of wild.
Yeah.
Rick, what level you on in Pokemon?
What's my level?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to say 38.
You mean I'm ahead of you?
Oh, my gameplay the last 2 years has been horrible. Pokemon, I don't even know where it is on my phone. But I'll tell you in a second. But yeah, I mean, I was so into it the first 2 years, and then hardly the last three. I
I had
literally
it on my.
now I don't even walk with it, so I'm only turning it on when I'm stuck somewhere and I'm bored.
Oh.
38. Now let's see, I'm 38 and I'm halfway to 39.
I only had that on my phone for maybe a couple weeks, and it almost got me in trouble because it was before they had the distracted driving laws.
Oh,
literally, literally, I had my phone out and I'm driving, and I'm like, "Fuck, I can pick up."
I have.
I did that a couple times, and yeah, I almost learned the hard way. I was like, "Holy fuck, I got to take this off my phone." I'm just gonna fucking run into somebody. And then shortly after that, there's the distracted driving laws all came in. I was like, "Yep, definitely not doing this anymore."
So I have something called Pokemon Go Plus. It's a little
Uh-huh.
Bluetooth doohickey. It's a button with a strap, and you can put it in your palm, and you can walk around. And you just do this.
Oh, just pushing
So
this.
if you're walking down like a road that's got a lot of the spinners, you
Yeah.
can also use it to catch basic Pokemon. I use it mostly for spinning, so I could walk and not be distracted with the phone. I put the phone in my pocket and just go ding, 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 and I can accumulate all the balls in the game.
Oh, see, and I've been so far out, I don't even know what that's all about. I just remember you used to walk and your phone would vibrate and there would be one close to you and you'd just kind of turn and look around and then
Yeah.
flip your phone or whatever it was to, or flick the screen to throw the ball.
Well, yeah, it was in the beginning you could just go straight like that, but then later they added the spin and oh, I'll tell you the truth, I find it very hard to play on the big phone now
Oh,
because I
really?
did try and play the other day, and it's like, oh, it's hard now to get some of them. And I know they weren't so hard before, the same Pokemon I was catching. So it's
It
like,
was
yeah,
easier with the small phone.
I think it felt easier on the smaller screen, and maybe that might be a reason to keep the old one.
Okay.
What am I doing
You're
wrong?
not gonna ask me what level I'm at?
Sorry, I didn't catch any of that, Eileen.
I said you're
Sorry.
not gonna ask me what level I'm at?
Oh no, well you already said
You're
you were
double
higher than
that?
me. So
I'd say,
40,
I'd say
are you level 40?
41.
Oh my God, 41! Wow.
And 2 weeks before they upped it to 50, I
Yep.
got to 40.
Oh
And
my
then
God.
they upped it to 50, and I was so proud of myself to get to 40.
And
so.
they'll
Will your
continue
level
to up it.
drop? You can
No,
drop levels?
No, but
Oh,
they added higher tiers you can get to now to keep the game interesting for those who are getting to the top.
yeah.
yeah, so I was like, "Rrr."
I know, like I would sit there and I did it the other night. I spent 2 hours. I put 4 eggs up, and then I would evolve all my Pokemon to get points, and I don't know, I got 30 new Pokemon doing that too. And it's like, this is great because you get even more points for evolving a new Pokemon. But yeah, it could be a long time before I do a large evolution like that again, just because I'm not catching much. I think
Did
right now I've got 500 and just sitting there in the bag, and I think I can hold 1100.
Oh,
did
God, I'm up to 5,000.
You can hold 5,000?
Yep,
Wow.
Rick's geeking out?
Well, no, because you either buy it or you wait for a sale, and you can buy the add-ons to your bags. And
Oh, okay.
because I can't just bother sitting there trying to figure it all out, right?
it's super. If I walk on Bloor Street in Toronto and I go from Dufferin to Yonge Street, in
Yeah,
3 hours, I could fill 1,000 slots easy with Pokemon for sure. It can be that easy if you're dedicated to playing and you're looking at your phone all the time. Yep.
yeah. But that's why
Did
I'm looking forward to going to Victoria Park. It's a gold mine out there.
Yeah. You know what used to be a really awesome place until they nerfed it was Harborfront, the ferry docks.
Yeah,
They would have 7 spinners. You could walk the entire circle in about 5 minutes. But everyone was just crowding the gates to the ferry so much. And also, and the Pokemon players were ruining the washrooms because they're just sitting there all day. And no,
Jesus
no,
Christ,
it was a
really?
thing. The city of Toronto petitioned Niantic and Nintendo to remove a bunch
yeah.
of the stops. So they nerfed it. I think there's only 2 out of the 7 left down there.
Sitting and washing.
It's still a good spot, and it's still a great spot to get the water-based ones. But yeah, it was so bad. I
Did
used to I used to love going there.
did either of you ever play Clash of Clans when it came out? That was a
Not
game that I was majorly into. I
not
wasted a
really.
lot. Oh really? I wasted a lot of time in that game, and I was like leveled right, almost maxed out at one point, pretty much in everything that you could do. But they would
Right.
release updates so bloody fast after a while that they made it so hard. There was a time that you didn't have to necessarily spend money, and you could like grind out and max out everything in the game and be up near the top. But then they started releasing updates like every 3 weeks to a month, and like it's freaking impossible to keep up. So like there's some people that would literally, I knew guys that would come into our group had spent like 5 grand, 10 grand on
Wow.
upgrades and this and that. And
Yeah,
like I was like, well, I've been playing for 3 years and I've spent maybe $20 because you know what I mean? Like I just ground out, and if it took long, the only time I would spend money or buy something is if I didn't have any that I earned free, and you wanted to like complete an upgrade to go into like their wars or whatever.
Yeah.
So you'd finish your upgrade on your heroes or whatever, and you'd spend the gems or whatever to do that. But as far as like these guys were spending money and just like start an upgrade, gem it out, it would complete it because it would take a week at a time to upgrade your heroes and this and that. And, no, I was right into it, and we had a group that we were in. It was pretty much all Manitoba people in it, which was kind of fun. It turned out there was one guy who was like, maybe he's probably about, well, actually, he's probably close to your age, Rick. That he's one of our customers. He was in our group, and like literally, he'd be seeding in the spring and stuff, and like everything's uh, auto steer and this and that now. So he'd be playing Clash of Clans all day in the tractor cab and stuff like that. I mean, you can chat through the game, so we'd like literally playing all day long. That was quite the
Nice.
thing. We had a lot of fun, but when I got my new phone, I never transferred it over from my wife's phone or old phone. Cause, well, I shouldn't say that I had my own phone, but I was using her Apple ID.
Sure.
So when I got my new phone, I started my new Apple ID, so it didn't transfer over, obviously. And
No.
so I haven't. It's still on my old phone, but I haven't touched it in, oh god, a couple of years now. I haven't looked at the game. I don't imagine it would probably take me a couple of years to catch up now if I went back to it.
Sadly, Pokemon Go and Call of Duty Mobile and Words with Friends are the only games I played consistently on my phone all these years.
I
And maybe
forgot
Lego
about
Towers.
Words with
Y-
Friends. You and I
y-
were playing that for a while.
Yep.
I forgot I didn't transfer that over to my new phone either.
I've got about
Shit,
20 games on the go with my mom. I think she hasn't played in 2 days.
I forgot about
I,
that. Yeah,
I,
because
play, I played that too. It was with friends for some of my old girlfriends and just
oh
let it gab or whatever you want.
It
yeah,
keeps annoying me though. It wants me to update to the new game and it wants me to give permission for it to track me. I don't want to do either. I don't want to get a whole new game. There's nothing wrong with the old game.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
And a lot of
Pokemon,
the stuff it wants to track. Yeah, I'm like, nope,
No.
nope. I
yeah,
don't
but
don't think so.
Pokemon won't update unless you give them permission, or you can't play it if they don't update.
Oh, I haven't noticed that. Shoot. Is that the
So
most recent update?
that was the last couple ones. I couldn't do anything with it
Uh-oh.
until I did. So like I said,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to Kitchener and have a blast this weekend, walking around the park.
So many of these games want stuff that they really don't need most of the time. Especially like in the case of Pokemon, that's a pay game. They don't need to be tracking all kinds of other garbage. They're already getting us if you buy stuff like the balls or the extra add-ons.
Yeah,
So they shouldn't, it's not, I don't call Pokemon a free game because very few people will play it free. They will eventually buy something in that game.
yeah. To continue it on. But do you know who Staples delivery guy is?
Sorry?
Do you know who delivers Staples? Or do they have their own guys?
Uh,
Staples.
I'm Staples?
Yeah, do they have their own delivery or do they go through somebody else?
I
Oh,
I don't think I've ever ordered anything from
Staples Business
Staples.
Depot.
Um,
Um, they have their own delivery trucks.
Okay.
See, and I
In
think
in
work.
Toronto, they do have their own delivery trucks. So I assume they're not subcontractors.
See, and I
But
think
even
at
if they
work
are, they are branded trucks.
we sometimes do Staples orders, and I think it depends. I think sometimes it's Canada Post, and
Okay.
sometimes like paper and stuff, it'll get finished off. The like Gardwine that drops it off. We'll get like 8 or 9 boxes of paper or
Hopefully,
something like that.
I get my Google machine before I leave. I've gotten hooked on having when I travel to have
Hmm.
my Google with me,
Yeah.
right? Because I like to go to sleep with music on. I like to know what time it is, and so I got to the point where I need to pack that as well. But I got told by a 5-year-old that Lexi is better than Google.
My wife finally came home from the Christmas party.
Oh,
Yeah, but
Hey,
she didn't say hi. But I could hear her on the other side of my fake wall here.
is she all giggly?
No, she
Let's
hardly
see.
touches. She hardly touches the stuff.
I
My wife
didn't.
had hers
She
the other
drinks. She
night,
drinks less than I do.
and say, yeah, my wife, we had last year, well, it was sometime this past year, she come home and it was just a bad day. And I said, you know what? We're gonna sit down. I'm gonna pour you a rum, and we're gonna have a drink. And
Nice.
and she's like, okay. She hadn't had a drink in like 3 years. So poured a couple spiced rums and sat there and we took some pictures and sent to friends and everyone's like, Chantal drinking? She's like,
Yeah.
she didn't finish. I ended up having to drink half of hers. she
Yeah.
she couldn't even drink the whole drink. So yeah, but
At
Yeah.
my wedding, my wife didn't finish her alcohol. I did.
oh, I know ours. We had at the head table we had a bunch of champagne and stuff, and yeah, I drank a lot of champagne that night. That's something I don't think I hadn't had champagne since I graduated from high school. I remember our one of our teachers had us to his house after and before the main party, and he had a couple bottles of champagne. We all drank champagne in his apartment before the for the like the dance, I guess you call it.
Yeah.
But I hadn't had it since then. It'd been like freaking 8 or 9 years.
Now, see,
It's like,
these days, the teachers don't dare do that.
yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, different time, eh?
Yep. Hey, in high
But
school, we went to the the female gym teacher's house and celebrate our basketball season with the girls' team. And, I was actually part of the team as a statistician. My wife was doing whatever with it, coaching or whatever. And we went to her house. We ended up watching the original Pet Cemetery.
oh well.
And I think I told part of the story where after we watched it and we're walking home afterwards, it's like black cat was following us all the way home and we couldn't make this cat go away. It was like really flipping us out. After watching Pet
Cemetery.
Cemetery, that was in my head. And it was just spooked the crap out of us all the way home.
Mm. No, my parents used to have the priest in on Saturday night to play bridge.
Oh.
So I would try to get out of that, get in the house, say goodnight, and just run to my bedroom because I was drunk off my ass. And I didn't have the priest seeing me drunk. Uh, my kids love it when I guess I got drunk last Christmas or something. And when I get drunk, I talk a lot. So I phoned my son, and I did a video chat. He kept on filming me drunk so that he could blackmail me the next morning.
Uh,
Just sorry. Try and do this
yeah,
as quietly as I can.
I know you're trying. I can tell it's different.
You can't be quiet, Rick. I mean, mine, you can't be quiet doing that.
This this mic, it's actually I'm really impressed with the
It picks
earpiece.
up everything.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's actually a really good mic.
Yeah.
I got it, and I was basically like 65% off. I got them for, so it was actually a really good deal, and a lot better quality than I realized. Excuse me.
Oh, this is rough.
Oh, I always hate it. You get down to certain like wrapping paper, and I got like straps, but nothing big enough to do the boxes I got. I was gonna end up throwing a lot of this away. But chunks and chunks and chunks.
You
I
know,
know
you use,
it's always tough to figure out how much to keep and how much to throw away.
Well, that's it. And then you get down to something small, and it's like, crap. Why didn't I keep? Now I
well,
could have used that half a chunk.
use, you know what? Make a quilt out of one of them. Like, do all the different papers together.
Oh yeah.
My brother used to use when we had comics on a Saturday. He stayed in for about 6 months, and he wrapped all our gifts in comic paper. It's
Um,
Oh my goodness.
I know. Actually, here the other. Well, actually, it's been a couple weeks since I wrapped any. I did wrap some, and then I kind of took a break. I had a chunk. I was like, oh, this should be big enough. I started to wrap it, and it was like, crap, didn't have enough. But so did that little trick. If you turn it, you turn the wrapping or the box diagonal, and pull it
Oh,
up
okay.
the diagonal. You can take it if you were just short. you'll have more than enough if you do it diagonally. It just only thing is it ends up not being quite as pretty,
Hmm.
but you can get away with using up a small chunk. But so far tonight, I haven't been that lucky. Didn't work that way.
See, in the beginning when I started this, I said it. When you open up these bags, especially the ones that don't have numbers, look at
Yeah.
this. So it was 2 bags of unnumbered, and then 1, 2, 3, and this is what I have left over still.
Oh yeah.
And now they want me to open up 4, 5, 6. It's like, thanks a lot. I find it super annoying that they do this.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm almost dreading when I open that turtles set. Like I look
Oh
for it, I
yeah,
can't
you got
wait.
that big giant set.
Yeah, like the day that I actually build that, I'm gonna have
Good
a
to
lot of
meet you.
fun doing it. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, I wonder if I'm gonna be like pull my hair out.
I asked my wife if she's drunk. She goes, "Of course not."
I heard that. Yeah, heard you ask. Started laughing.
Yeah, I got the evil eye when I asked that.
Well, just tell her I was curious, but
Oh no, it's okay. I know better. 4, 5, 6. These people are crazy.
My New Year's resolution is don't buy some gas.
Sorry, I didn't catch
My
that.
New Year's resolution is don't buy some gas.
Oh,
oh,
good
jazz.
luck. That's okay. New Year's resolution. So, are you going to be able to even get to New Year's before you buy from him again?
No, like I won that set, and now it cost me another $100 to get the set.
To get this set, it cost you $100. Oh my god. No, you need to. You might need to actually start blocking him.
Yeah, yeah. Put them on a
A timeout.
rest or whatever the
Yeah,
term is for 30 days or whatever.
yeah.
Mute
Oh
them for
yeah.
30 days. Here's a question for you, Rick.
Uh huh.
So these minifigure packs that are going to come out in January,
Yeah.
they're not going to be right. Like that's going to be something that'll be readily available, or it's not going to be something that'll be like frickin' over and gone. Like they'll keep reproducing them like a battle
No.
pack.
Well,
You
okay.
know?
Okay. So you got these 3 figure packs coming, right?
Yeah.
Generally, Lego does one large pass in production. This is what they do. Now, it takes them 2 or 3 months to do it,
Hmm.
but they basically run them all, and then they'll sit on some of the stockpile and they'll distribute it, for months at a time.
Yeah.
It should be, and then for certain things, might get a second shot at it for
Right.
what, like maybe from another region, Mexico warehouse or the Hungary warehouse, whatever.
Yeah.
It's not going to be rare or anything, but there's definitely going to be a run on them in the beginning,
I was going to say, I'm
especially
wondering whether I
AT-AT
should
people are
just.
probably going to want to pick up more stormtroopers, whatever, rebels, because there's definitely going to be a push for Hoth stuff. You're going to see this. The
Yeah.
AT-AT,
Well,
was an expensive push, but people are going to want to build around that. They're going to feel, oh, I want to do a mock. I'm going to buy a lot of white bricks. I'm going to get some stormtroopers. And for
like
sure,
in
like January, like if you miss it, it'll probably be 2 or 3 months. They'll come back. But then after that, you'll probably only get like a 2-month window and then it'll be really dry. So I wouldn't
like
fret if you don't get it in January, but then the next opportunity, you got to get it because after that, it's going to be very hard, I think.
yeah. So that's what I was thinking. What I'm thinking is likely the battle packs. The battle packs will show up in our Walmart and this and that and everywhere locally, or Toy Masters will have the battle pack, like the Hoth battle pack. But the
Yeah.
minifigure ones, I think, are probably just going to be Lego. And I'm thinking maybe, although I was going to say I'm not going to buy anything till May the 4th, I might grab myself my couple of each of the minifigure packs now, and then I know I don't have to try and like hunt for them.
I know I'm going to go for the figure packs as soon as possible, but I haven't
Yeah,
paid
that's
enough
what I'm
attention to
thinking.
anything else coming out in Star Wars, so I don't know if there's anything else to
There's
be jumping
the
on.
the ATST, the
Oh
ATST,
yeah,
the battle
ATST.
pack, and the 2 minifigure packs. Oh, and these Ahsoka Brickhead.
So the
So
Ahsoka
that's
brickhead I do want, and I will probably make that a day one thing, just because I
yeah.
kind of like it.
So that's what I'm thinking. I'm
The
hoping they
ATST
have.
I could do or do without. I have so many ATSTs. It's like whatever.
Yeah, like I've
Like
got the
I
Rogue
don't have the current
One.
AT-AT, the $200 AT-AT. I don't have that yet.
Yeah, see, and
Um,
I got that one, so I'm happy there. So I'm thinking probably what I'm gonna do is January 1. Hopefully I luck out and there's at least a gift with purchase that I can actually don't have to spend $300 to get. But I'd probably get a couple of each of the minifigure packs. And I'm wondering, I might even buy 2 of the brickheads and keep one because it's the 150th one.
oh, that's
That
interesting.
might be worth something. Um, and then that'll do me for, and then go on from there. That'll be my New Year's resolution. I'm not buying any Lego till
Well, I
my.
tell you, when that Ahsoka TV series hits, anything Ahsoka I think will go up at least
Yeah.
temporarily.
So I think that's what I'm gonna do, and maybe I'll luck out and there'll actually be a gift with purchase that I can actually get something for spending some money. But their gift with purchase, like they're setting the bar so freaking high now.
Oh yeah,
They're just
it's
screwing
It's
us. Like,
really,
oh, it's
I
crazy.
think.
Like we used to, like even some of these May the 4th promos that they had in past years, like it was only like $70 or $80. Now this other stuff they got like $200 and $300. Like, are they nuts?
yeah. No,
It's
it's
crazy, and it's not even stuff that people really go nuts for. Like it's like okay, well, yeah, I guess if I get a freebie, but I don't really want it.
yeah. I'm chasing this stuff less and less. I mean, I did very good this week, clearly.
Yeah, it's yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, you did well.
yeah,
You did well.
but it was a gamble. But I figured, given the basic like Mandar Productions, he says the paywall, and that's what it is. To get the one promo, you got to buy the expensive set,
Yeah.
and I gambled that it'd be worth it. Get those promos, as many as I can, even if I bought 2 from other people, and they're happy with the money I give them, but I knew I could flip for higher. I was going to take that gamble,
Yeah.
and it worked in my favor because I only had 2 pairs technically that I could flip. The other 2 were through purchasing from others and then flipping again, right?
Oh, okay.
Well, that's
See,
how I got.
I
Yeah, I
wondered
know.
on
You were
that.
wondering how did I do 4, right?
Yeah, because I was gonna say you only had listed 2 sets,
I
and then I
said I
saw
had
you post
2.
that you had one. Yeah, and then you posted that you had one left, and
Yeah,
then you
I
told me
listed
how
because
much, and
I listed
I was like,
4,
how
but
did you do
I only
that?
bought 2. Yeah, because I
Yeah.
picked up 2 from people who wanted to cash out early, and it's like,
Oh
okay, I'll
yeah.
take them. I'll take them because
Yeah.
I knew. Well, I guessed that I could.
Yeah.
Um, I
well,
guessed right. I
I'm
guessed right.
lucky.
You're playing the craps table,
Yeah,
eh?
I
I
guess
don't.
I'm lucky that Corey sold me his gift of purchase because I really wanted it because I think the kids will enjoy it. So
I feel bad because I know I have people in my circle who would have killed for those sets, but I literally needed to flip them as high as I could to pay for all the other shenanigans I've been doing for the last few
Oh
weeks.
yeah, definitely.
And I mean, I literally said that was the most expensive new bricks in a long time, right? But and it's cool now because I basically got 2 AT-ATs covered, you know. And
Yeah.
now when I sell those, that's all gravy.
Yeah.
So, and there's no rush to sell them now either. Not that they're
Yeah,
going to go
well,
up in value anytime soon. They're not, but it's like I can
yeah,
do
like you
whatever I
say
want with
though,
them now.
they're yeah. Now there's no rush to you do anything with them. They're
They're covered.
paid for. They're paid
Yep.
for. Yeah. So
But that's an expensive game to play, and I don't recommend
yeah.
anyone do it because. And I moved quick. See, I know when we did the stream, and Brad asked me why did I do it, and I said for flip considerations, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, I could have done him a favor too and given it to him at cost, or like
Yeah.
did a buddy deal. But it's like, sorry, this is not a buddy deal. This is me going for every penny I could get.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't advertise the price. And I said, taking offers.
Oh yeah, exactly. Eh. Well,
Um,
it got me thinking. Like, I saw one on eBay, and they had it at 150
hmm
with a buy it now or take bids, and I'm thinking. I'm sure the buy it now was 250, and they were taking bids, but I don't think. Like I bet they wouldn't even accept a bid at 150. Like I wonder if they had a threshold. Like sometimes they can set a minimum. They it says 150, but it's still higher than that. Like have you ever run
yeah.
into that? Because you'll throw out a bid and it says you haven't met the minimum bid.
Yeah. Yeah. They've set them. They've set a minimum. So I'm gonna run. Let's see. Just on the Luke. Just on the Luke. Filter. Show more. I'm doing this on the phone. It takes a little more time. So sold items and completed. Let's see what it's just the Luke Saber's going for now for sold on eBay. 167. 202. That was best offer taken. Can I sort this by high to low? Yeah, I should be able to. Highest price and shipping. 569 for the Luke Saber. That's sold. That's complete.
That's
Four
insane.
474 sold. Okay, that's best offer, so they scratch it out. But you know what? The bidding had gotten up to 474, so we don't know. Let's see, 411, 324, 276. Like, so what I told you that I made, that was not as outrageous as you think
Yeah.
for right now.
Yeah.
Now, in 6 weeks, 2 months, that'll come down. I couldn't play that game and wait. It's like I had to do it now.
Do it now, and demand. You got to play the supply and demand.
As
game,
soon as
eh?
Brad told me like 300, it's like okay, and now I know exactly what I'm doing and when I'm doing it
Yeah.
because I didn't realize that it jumped that fast. And it's like okay, thank you, Brad.
Yeah. The Yoda one, like, is it like whereabouts is it on its own?
Oh, I'll
Has
take that in a
it?
second. Let's see, Yoda, Lego, lightsaber. And we'll do the same thing. Filter on the completes. Because, anyone can ask anything, but what has it actually finished at?
Yeah.
Sold and complete. 88 results. And we'll sort it on high. Oh, boy, this one. Okay, okay. Now, there's a lot of people doing both. 384. 348, sorry.
Yeah. Christ, eh?
No, I think I've spent since last. I think it was February. I think I spent about $2,000-3,000. So it's gotta come to an end.
Yeah, it's gotten to be an expensive game to play, that's for sure.
I run out of room too. I'm packing a lot of mine up because I just don't have room.
Yeah. Yeah, I started taking stuff apart last year. I've been really slow to rebuild, and I've even got stuff that I picked up secondhand that was already built, and I never did. I meant to take them apart, and I didn't because eventually I want to rebuild them myself. But they're
All
still
right,
up. And
Shazam.
I got to get to building again. So that's part of my resolution not to buy anything because I need to start building.
Well, it's like me
Sometime.
pulling down this box. This is actually a fair size box. It's like, yeah, I gotta pull it down. I mean, you guys have seen the pictures of this
Yeah.
setup. It is beyond ridiculous. Like it's cool, but it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
My
And the worst part is now I'm going to Home Depot and I'm going to put a shelf here. Now my wife was arguing with me. I want to put all my gimmick T-shirts up there.
Oh.
Well, because they take up too much space in the drawers.
Yeah.
And I figured it would end an argument. But the truth is, if I put a shelf there, I'm just putting more sets there. But
Yeah. The
I don't
shirts will never
need
make
an
it.
empty box that tall. I only need an empty box that's, 30 inches tall, not 48 inches tall. So I'm going to put a shelf up there,
no,
lower that light a bit.
my children started to call me a hoarder.
Oh, I've been
Maybe
accused of
later.
worse. Well, you know what the difference is between me and a hoarder? I got everything on shelves. Hoarders have
Yeah.
shit. Hoarders have all their shit on the floor and on their stairs and in their bathtub. Like, do you know Diane Smetana from Hamilton? You might have seen
I
her in some of the
haven't
Lego
seen
groups.
her in ages.
Yeah,
Guys, I
well,
heard post something today.
oh,
She had a French set for $30, and then she had the thing about Brad. I sat on the fence, and finally somebody else grabbed it and was like, "Yeah, that's great."
Is she
every
back in
time.
any of the groups?
Well, she's got her group. She doesn't really care for the other ones.
What group is hers? 'Cause I don't think I'm a member of it.
Oh my goodness.
You'll have to. You can message me if you later if.
Afterwards, I'll send you the link. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know she's a super nice lady.
Yes. Oh yeah, she's great. Um, excuse me. She'll give you a deal. She'll help you out. Um, I mean, a lot of people she rubs the wrong way sometimes because she's very aggressive in her area in Hamilton with Lego.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And people feel screwed, like, oh, she beat me to it. But
Yeah.
whatever. Sour grapes, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Everyone wishes
'cause
they
you
get all the
you
deals all
wish
the
you
time.
could be that person. She beat you
Yeah.
to it. That's why you're upset. But every time she's ever shown a picture of the floor or the stairs or whatever, there's always boxes and bricks everywhere,
Oh yeah.
Well, she sent a huge lot to Brad for McMaster. There must have been 20 sets that she sent.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Well, see, he hasn't given me the finer details because honestly, none of my business. I wanted to help out. I wanted to participate. I
Yeah.
wanted to promote it. I don't want, I didn't want to know who did what because none of us are doing that. I don't know anyone who's like, I didn't say how much I put, I helped out, and because that's not what it's about, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
I know some
for the
people want
toy
everyone to
drives
know
and
how
stuff?
much they give out, yeah, for the toy
Yeah.
drive, and it's like that's not why I did it.
Well, and you know what? Everyone gives what they're comfortable with. Like, I gave Brad a cash donation. Like, I could only give so much, but I wanted to at least do something. Every little bit helps. Like,
Yeah.
doesn't matter if it's $5 or $50 or
The
$500.
final tally, I think it's going to be interesting to see just how far we pushed this year.
Yeah.
But it's also the most support he's ever gotten, so I'm happy about that.
Well, and he was basically saying like, okay, this is where we were last year. This is where I want to be this year, and
he said he wants to do 10K next year, and that's It's like, wow.
Well, you know what? And if you keep hitting your target, and next year you might as well shoot for a higher goal and just see how high
we're
you
definitely
can go.
going to try some new things and do it earlier.
Yeah.
We just gotta some stuff. I want to see how legal certain things are. I don't want to get in trouble for doing anything.
Yeah.
Like what can and can't we do with gambling or with raffles and stuff and not get in trouble?
Oh, like the it used to be the perfume bottle
Yeah,
like at the socials. Yeah,
but yeah, we'll see how that works out.
I ran out of tape. I gotta find some more Scotch tape.
Yeah, a couple of the younger girls owe me money. So what I do is if it's not too much, I cancel everybody's debt at the end of the year.
Oh,
So not too sure I'm texting my daughter-in-law because I'm turning into her ATM. So I told my son last week, I said, as of January, your ATM is closed.
oh wow.
Well, I bought them a TV set, and one of the kids broke it in less than 3 months. She pulled it out. She pulled it off the table. And so
Right.
I get a phone call every other day. Oh, Annabella really wants to get a new TV. And I went, I'm not buying you one. You know, she knows I have money. She knows I have it saved. And nope.
Looks like I got a hunt for tape. Hmm,
I bet
Uh-oh.
you ran
where is it
out.
hiding? I'm sure we got some more. My
Oh,
kids, they
Kevin!
like in
Oh, Kevin!
You gotta go find their crap bins. Hey Ty.
yeah,
Ty's
my
hanging out
kids.
on Facebook.
Other times a year, they're always they snag the tape and they do this and that crafts. So
Mr. Kevin Creamer.
it's supposed to be for.
Jordan. Hey.
Hey, Kevin.
Must be the witching hour.
11,
Everyone's showing up.
12.
Hey, Jordan.
This is what I've got so far. I guess a lot of the body.
That's so good.
Rick's building, and I'm wrapping Christmas gifts. So,
Yeah, you're about to hear it go.
yeah, yeah. I'm trying to piss my kids off. I'm using lots of packing tape on the boxes, so I'm gonna
Turn
have
up,
some
turn
evil
off your
grins.
headphones.
Yeah.
Ryan will give you a countdown.
I'm gonna have an evil grin on my face on Christmas morning when my kids have to try and get in some of these boxes.
You know, one year my dad was bad and he put something like in 6 boxes.
Oh yeah.
It was just wretched, horrible, man. I mean,
Oh, I got a story for you. Good buddy of mine. He was actually best man at my wedding. We were good friends for years, but for a few years we did gift exchange. That would have been like early 2000s. We hung out a lot after college and stuff. Anyway, we decided we were gonna get gifts, and a couple days before Christmas, we got together for some drinks, and we were gonna open gifts. So Chantel and myself and Rob, he came over, and we handed each other gifts and said, okay. And we kind of made the agreement beforehand. I said, just FYI, you can't use scissors or a knife or anything. He's like, okay,
oh,
challenge accepted. So you kind of go into it knowing what's going to happen, eh? Well, he used some duct tape and stuff like that for the box, no problem. So me being a farm kid, I know some tricks and stuff up my sleeve. So I used a combination of a bunch of different tapes and did layers and this and that. And then I found at work we had that packing tape that's got like the string inside, that brown
yep.
tape. I used some of it, got that mixed in there. And I was in my gift in about 2 minutes, give or take. Like took off a few layers, but I got into it pretty easily. And then I sat there and nursed my drink, and then I went and poured another drink, and I kept watching him try to get into it. And so after about 25 minutes, him fighting with it, I'm like, you know what, buddy? You don't worry about it. I'll go get you a knife. So I go get him a knife. You know what he does? Freaking cuts his hand open.
Oh,
No.
So
He got so
luckily
frustrated with trying to get into it that once you gave him a
he
knife,
he drove it right into his freaking palm.
oh, oh.
Luckily, it looked worse than it was. We wrapped it up, and it ended up. I don't think what I recall, it didn't need stitches or anything like that. We finished out the night and we went home.
So was that the end of the gift exchange after that?
I
No
think we
more of
did
that?
it, and we did it 1 year after that, but we agreed that we wouldn't tape the crap out of the boxes anymore. But I laughed when it's like, oh my God, Rob, have you ever used a knife before? It's just like
Yeah.
drove it right into his freaking hand. Uh, yeah, the evil laugh. Couldn't help it. It was great. All right, so
Yeah, that would definitely piss me off.
No, my cousin used to love to buy me gifts and put them like in 10 different boxes. So you just kept opening them, and maybe something like size of a quarter in the last
make it
box.
like the what is it, the Russian dolls that
Yeah,
yeah, that's what start coming to mind.
Jordan is doing inventory and adding bricks to his bricklink.
There's a guy that I've been meaning to he's been bugging me to buy something from his bricklink store for a while. When I
Actually, I
go
tell you
off,
what, Jordan, I'm going to make you a moderator, and then you could post a link to your bricklink store in here. Give me a second.
that's definitely when I've sworn off Lego for the most part till May. Next time I'm going on bricklink though, I'm gonna
I
Uh,
still
definitely.
like
I haven't looked at a store in a bit, but
there you go, Jordan. So you can post a link in here to your bricklink store, and I'll put it back on the Facebook.
and there I'm saying I swore off Lego, but I've already said tonight that I'm likely gonna get the new stuff on January 1st, and then swear it off till May.
Yeah.
We'll see
Well,
how
I'm
it
hoping
goes.
to get as much of that new Star Wars stuff before the new year, because last year, I
Oh yeah,
grabbed
right.
4 out of the 5 sets I wanted right away, which kind of makes January slow stinker because it's like there's nothing left. I mean, but yeah, I'm hoping. Like right
I
now, I have 1 set for new bricks, and I don't know if I'm going to bother with it this week. That's why I haven't said anything about it. There's so much
My
stuff out there that isn't in,
oh
including like
yeah,
the big one I'd really like, the Chinese one. It's like it's not in yet. Like, oh, it's killing me.
might as well hang on to it. Yeah,
Because right now, what I got's a small Chinese thing. It's like, no, I don't really want to do an episode based on this. I mean,
yeah,
we'll see. So tomorrow's 20% off at Walmart for me, so I might find something, but I doubt it.
yeah. It's pretty early to see any of that. Maybe in the last or few days before Christmas or right after, eh?
Unless I see something that just hasn't been discounted, and it's like, well, I got 20%, I could do it. I mean, make my own discount. But it's
Oh,
really
is
nice if I could. Well, it's one Friday every month, and it's was
oh
it every
really? It's an extra 20 for employees or something?
so it's 10% normally, and it's 20 on this one particular Friday every month.
Oh really? That's all right.
Yeah, so if there's
Especially if
already
you
something
can.
discounted, it really helps.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. If it's
Well, my wife's going out.
something
She said
that's
she's not
deep
coming home
discount.
from work tomorrow night. She's got another Christmas party. It's like, oh, great. So,
Does
I wanted her to go do the food shopping and whatever and get the 20% off. She says, oh, I don't know if I'll be home. It's like, oh, maybe I'll end up having to do it, or I'll take my daughter. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
are you maxed out on how much you can buy with your like,
No,
or
there's no
can
rules
you?
or there's no real rules or limits. They, of course, know everything because it is
Yeah,
all tracked. So I'm guessing if someone is crazy abusive or does something a lot, it might get
yeah,
flagged. But my understanding is there's no real limit
kind
or
of
rule.
open season. Spend as much as you want, more or less.
Yeah. There is a weird printed piece I got to look for. Where would they have put it?
Cleaning out the Walmarts of their 80% off stuff.
That would be
and,
okay.
and then tack on 20.
Yeah.
That'd be all right.
I
Not much of
can
that anymore, though.
Well, see, so what they do is when I do the self checkout, I run my employee card. So let's say if something was, $100 and it's 30% off, so that's 70. Then then they take the 20% off of that. So that's the way you would calculate it. It won't be 30
Yeah.
plus 20 straight. It'll be
Yeah, no,
their 30
30,
and then
30, then
20 off
20.
of that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's stacked, not, or how do you, yeah. I don't know what the exact term for it is, but yeah, it's the way a lot of our
Because
stuff
I
goes
know I
too.
had
And
thought it was a different way. It's like, no, that's not how it is. It's like,
yeah,
damn.
as much as you'd like it to, yeah, it ain't gonna ever work that way. I know, 'cause a lot of our suppliers and stuff, they'll have, let's just say for easy figuring, it's like 30% off discount, and then they'll have like a winter program or something where you'll get an extra 5 or something like that, an early order buying program. So it's
Yeah.
30 and then 5 off that after you take that discount, and then another 5 kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's not, so it's not a truth, it's not 35%, it's whatever works out to. But
Let's see. Ty switched over to YouTube. T1000. Hey. Lego's releasing so many Star Wars sets next year. Yeah.
what's different than that
I mean,
sounds like
every
this
year
year?
to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I'm gonna, the battle pack, well, we said the battle pack and the figure packs would be a for sure thing, and the brick head
Have you noticed how many
and
bricks this set? Look at
helmets.
this. 2x4s. So many 2x4s in the set. Like it's,
Oh, really? At
yeah,
least you're
no, it's,
getting something for your, not a bunch
yeah.
of little 1 by 2
Yeah.
plates and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that drives me crazy. Like, but you know what? Even the other one, when I did Pikachu, it was solid. I mean, other than the neck, which I had to fix. Um,
You know what? That is still in my closet. Nathan was a Christmas gift 2 years ago, and he showed zero interest in building it. It was in his room,
the
and
Pikachu?
I finally took it out of his room, and actually I've got it in my closet. So at some point I'll probably end up building it myself because he just doesn't.
Oh, damn.
It's funny.
Had you
He
told me
built.
that, I would have waited. We could have done this
Oh,
on another day.
that you mean? Yeah, built the Eevee. Yeah.
Yeah, you could have done Pikachu, and I could have done Eevee.
Um, he built the Detective Pikachu one.
Okay.
He did it, and actually that was kind of neat. He that build, it's got like a little magnifying glass, and it's got like a function where you turn it and he lifts the magnifying glass to his eye
Oh,
when
that's
you
kind of
move.
cool.
It is kind of cool. One of the few sets that he kept built, and it's actually sitting in his room. He hasn't decided to break it apart and like other stuff. Because he's got some Mega, it's got mixed in with his Lego.
Well, I was going to
Oh
ask, has
well.
he ever mixed them? Because I've been
Oh yeah.
curious. Okay.
He doesn't have very much Meg constructs. The only stuff that would be mixed in is stuff that was from like bulk or whatever that came into the house, and whatever. It's mixed in with his stuff, and he's got his and I've got mine, I guess, more or less.
Yeah.
I bought the girls all the Mickey Mouse ones that came out this year, and it's all staying here. Otherwise, it just will get lost over their house. So
Oh,
it stays at Nana's. Her mother is over the moon that I'm keeping it.
I was
So
looking
Actually,
for the Mickey Mouse set.
I got the fireman, I got the farm, I got the space one.
like the mini Disney castle, is that the one you're talking?
No, I thought I did that one, but no. Mickey and Minnie, they came up with a bunch of different themes. of Mickey and Minnie, and so I got them all for Christmas, but I'll keep them at my house so I know where the pieces are, right?
Yeah.
So, and their mother's quite happy that I keep stuff like that at my house.
There's always nice stuff at Nana's house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see, let's see, let's see this. This is one wall, Rick. That's
Oh,
one wall of stuff for the
Yeah.
game.
I wish Grandma's house had all that cool stuff like
I
what's
got, yeah.
Eileen's, because yeah, we didn't have any toys at our grandparents when we went, and you're expected. Well, my grandpa, he was pretty strict. You didn't say boo when you're at his house. You go up to the table to kind of just hint to when you're going home, and Grandpa Lion, he would yell at you, and it's like you're like, okay, I'll go back in the living room, and sit on the floor, and be quiet.
Oh, my grandmother used to play war all the time with us.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
did you read
no,
this? So Ty had to pay up $100. He had bet his wife that the concept of the Detective Pikachu movie was so that it would never get made, and it's like he had to pay up. I've never watched it.
yeah, we
That was a
because there's
Ryan Reynolds
Ryan
movie too,
Reynolds.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It,
it was okay. Like I thought
it
it was all
wasn't
right.
it wasn't
Wasn't that
awesome.
bad.
It was
I,
cute.
I I go into that stuff to try to have an open mind, and usually I don't like. Maybe not my favorite movie in the world, but it wasn't that bad. I've sat through a lot worse.
You should
I,
probably
I'm
try and
sure the
watch it.
Green Lantern movie was a lot worse than that.
I don't hate that movie like some
Oh,
people
really?
do. I don't hate it.
It,
I was just upset that they CG'd him, his body,
oh, yeah.
when the guy
Yeah.
was in crazy shape. And
Oh,
why
I
would you
know.
CG someone who looks that good? I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he's got natural muscles. Like, why would you
yeah.
fake ones? He's got
Well,
a
I'm sure he
natural six
works at
pack.
keeping them, but it's like,
Yeah, guy's got a natural six pack that you
yeah.
CGI his body.
But let's paint over it with computer stuff that everyone can
Yeah.
tell is fake. And yeah, that was smart.
What was the one? And that's a movie I haven't ever actually watched. It was there's Green Lantern. What's the other Green Arrow? Green
Green
Arrow?
Arrow. Well, that's a TV
That
series.
well, didn't they or no? Well, what was the name of that? It's a DC movie that came out back in the 2000s too. Because it had
Oh,
I can't think of the actor.
DC,
The
huh?
the, the one that was remember the movie Zack and Mira Make a Porno? The male actor from that.
Um,
I can never remember his name. He's funny. He's
no, I'm
in
drawing a
all comedy
blank.
movies. I'll have to get on my phone and find his no, not Jonah Hill.
oh,
Um,
Green Hornet
Oh, Green
P1003.
Hornet?
Green
Right.
Hornet. That's the one.
Oh,
I've never watched that movie, and I know it
I'm
did
sure I
not get
have
good
because I used
reviews.
to be a Green Hornet fan, like with the comics and even the old TV series. But I'll tell you the
Yeah.
truth, I don't remember that movie.
Oh, really? Yeah. And that's got that guy in it anyway. I can't think of his name. He's
Ty
in on
sitting there,
like.
Green Hornet, Green Hornet,
Oh
Green
yeah.
Hornet. Look at the chat, dummies. Green
Yeah.
Hornet.
Oh yeah. And I don't have the chat up my phone. I haven't even looked at the phone in probably an hour.
Well, I admit I'm the worst for looking at chat while I'm building because, well, I'm slow already.
Yeah. I've got
No
the
comment.
earpiece in my ear, and I'm wrapping gifts with my back to my phone. So.
How many more you got to do, Ryan?
I skipped a step. What did I do wrong? Yeah, I skipped at least this.
I'm getting close, getting
This
caught up
head
here.
is solid. Like this is just a solid bloody brick here.
Yeah, but if it broke, it'd be 1,000 pieces.
When I built Pikachu, he was a weapon, and I could feel that this is definitely becoming one.
Mm.
Let's see, I need this. 2 more of these bricks.
All right. Oh, excuse me.
I tell you, having built so many mega sets over the years now, it's like it's nice that they've come so far because like these bricks are just very, very comparable to Lego. This is really good.
Well, especially in the last few years, like all the flack that you get about like Chinese brick companies and this and that.
Yeah.
So it puts a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths about trying anything different.
Yeah.
But like for me, I built that Kobe set, and I was just like, wow, like this is
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, and these guys, they've got 5 to 10 years of really trash history, before 2015.
yeah,
And that's not going away anytime soon because that's all anyone, especially Lego purists, that's all they
that's all they
remember.
remember, eh?
Yeah. And they're
Yeah,
not going
so
to
it's gonna
spend,
take.
and they won't spend money to try it. And for them, every time they get a bulk lot and they see stuff mixed in, it's just an annoyance.
Yeah, and
So, you'll
lots of
never,
people just throw
I'll
it
never
away.
turn those people. I'll never be able to turn those people. I tell everyone, buy a cheap set, a modern set. Give it a shot.
I was surprised that M&R built the Halo sets and stuff in that one stream. He
Well, he's
still
a
thinks it's
gamer, so I
garbage.
get I get him trying the Halo stuff because he is a gamer, and it's hard to ignore Halo when you're a gamer
Yeah,
because
I
Halo
I
broke a
forget what
lot of
he
ground wide open.
I forget what he kind of thought. I don't think he still didn't think it was that great, but I think it was a lot better than he was expecting to
Yeah, I think
when
he
he
was
did that.
surprised.
Because he built that Master Chief helmet and that power sword, or I'm not a Halo guy, so whatever you call that blue sword thing.
Oh, trust me, I don't know what it is either. Covenant sword. That sounds right. Oh, I put a piece on wrong.
All right, so what have I got?
Goes to show you how well the stuff clutches. So I can't pull it apart.
Oh,
Right.
it's there.
Oh my god. Yeah, I put one piece on wrong. I think that's right.
I think I'm
Yeah.
caught up. I think.
Did I ever tell you what my sister taught me when we were kids around Christmas? So
Uh-oh.
she taught me how to use a steak knife to break into the lock that my dad would put on the closet only at Christmas time. The living room closet. So first it was,
Teaching B&E.
literally, yeah, steak knife into the lock, pops open, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm pretty sure my dad figured out we were getting in there. And
Yeah, I'm guilty. I spoiled my Christmas the one year. I went in. I knew some of Mom's hiding spots, so I'd go and snoop, and I found that was the one year I got Ninja Turtle action figures, and I found all the action figures, and then after I found them, I was like, damn. Well, I know
Yeah.
what I'm getting for Christmas.
yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't so much fun after. I think she figured out that I knew too. Yeah, and after that, I never did. I looked the next year and I didn't find anything. I don't know where she hid it from then on, but it wasn't in the house.
Well, the next year my dad got a better lock, right? So that didn't work. But then that's when we figured out we can use a screwdriver to take the whole plate off the door.
Uh,
Oh yeah.
well, my mother used to, her generation would cook up a storm of cookies and and whatnot for company, right? So one year, my brother was a teenager who would get into all her cookies and eat them on. So mom decided to teach him a lesson, and she hid them. Then when she went to go get them, she couldn't remember where she put them. We found them in the spring.
Oh
We
wow.
forgot where she put them.
Kevin says, so from what I understand, when Green Lantern was being produced, it was cheaper to green screen and CGI was starting to be in every film. Uh, was starting to be, yeah, I'm going to say in every film trend, and less dangerous being that Green Lantern was constantly floating. Yeah, I get it. It's just like still the guy looks so good. Show more of him.
Yeah.
And then I don't, I don't hate on the movie like a lot of people do, but I mean, there's definitely stuff that was kind of goofy and annoying about it for sure.
I always laughed in the Big Bang Theory. They trashed Green Lantern movie quite a few times in
Oh
that show.
yeah,
I
yeah.
always laugh. Uh, they're so critical of superhero movies and that. It's just hilarious.
I miss that show. I love that show.
Yeah, and I haven't seen it. Like, I don't think it's on TV channels as much as it used to be. Mind
Really?
you, I hardly
It's
ever
probably
go.
expensive. The
We
syndication
still
is
have
probably very
cable.
high.
We still have cable, like, or well, it's more or less cable. But my wife's the only one that actually even looks at it anymore. I bet you I haven't watched something on there in a year. And here we're paying for a monthly charge for it too, just
Yeah.
so she can get HGTV.
My wife, the W Network.
Or
Me,
yeah,
CP24, the news channel. Otherwise, I don't really care for cable.
yeah.
YouTube, though, I pass out all the time on the couch watching YouTube.
Yeah, the having it on a smart TV has been quite the innovation for
Oh yeah,
watching stuff on there, eh?
having that like on my Samsung, having that channel for YouTube. Yep.
This couple of years, well, when I first got my new flat screen, and I had my brother-in-law over, and even he didn't realize you could do it, and like, I'm like, check it out. So we're like YouTubing frickin' like old like cartoon clips and like cartoons we'd totally forgotten about, hey? And
Hmm.
we're like, you remember this cartoon? And like, oh yeah. It's like, this is awesome. I haven't seen
That's
that in 35 years.
it's like a little while ago. Speedy Gonzales. I wanted to watch him. My buddy says, "Yeah, you can find it on YouTube."
Yeah,
And it's like,
some of the
really?
old
The
Looney Tunes
unedited? Because of
cartoons.
course they're so severely edited because
Yeah,
people think they're racist and stuff, and it's like,
there's
oh, I
some
want to
really
see the
good.
old episodes, and like, yeah, he helped me find them. It's like, sweet.
Yeah, there's some of the old Speedy Gonzales and Daffy Duck ones. The ones that they had the two of them in. You
Oh,
can't. You never find them. They're very rare. You usually see Speedy and Sylvester. Those are the more common ones, but not with the other Looney Tunes for some reason.
Kevin says here, totally agree with you, Rick. It was not real looking. He he had the body. They could have made him a sexy suit. Sure. Seriously, who wouldn't love to see a latex? I tell you, if he was in a spandex suit or something, I think they would have made huge bank on that movie.
Yeah.
He like Brian Miller put out I think was 7 videos last night. They're like really weird but funny.
Oh,
Yeah, he puts them up with left, right, and center behind us all the time.
oh wow! I get the sneaky feeling I'm gonna have to fix this guy's head, just like I did Pikachu's. They were designed a year apart, and I would have hoped.
Oh, they got kind of the same, more or less the same connection, do you?
I'm looking at where this is going and how heavy this head is already getting, and I'm really worried about that joint.
Well, I
Black,
caught up wrapping gifts.
red.
I'm gonna play a Lego train here.
Oh, you know what I saw?
This thing is so cool.
What, the train?
Oh yeah, I had a blast playing with this the first couple days.
I saw bendy track for Hot Wheels. I tell you, man, I was so tempted to get it.
Oh, to set up a Hot Wheels track.
Yeah, because if I bought the bendies, then I would have to buy the orange strips. And it's like,
Oh no.
where would it stop? A whole new hobby. I
My
mean, it's bad enough that for the first time in 45 years, I bought a Hot Wheels car, right?
yeah,
Did you see this one? The gray, it's a gray bone shaker. I'm trying to
Cool.
find, I'm trying to find the same color as my builds that I'm going to be doing. And Ninja sent me a photo, so I've got to try and hit Walmart, Toys R Us, and wherever else. See if I can find the maroon or burgundy look bone shaker. Because the one that comes with the high end set is black. This one's gray. I want the one in the photo that he sent me.
now I wish I bought the extra track on Black Friday that I saw it was 25% off.
Yeah, I know you were saying before you regretted not going in on that.
Yeah, I had. You know what? It was a damn good thing I bought track when I bought the train last year though, because if I hadn't, I wouldn't have had enough to get around the tree. I just had enough. I used every track piece that I had between the Lego set and the box of track. All I had left was four corner pieces that were useless. I had
Oh,
nothing else left just to make a more or less uniform. It's not really a circle; it's more of a
rounded
square
square. I
with
saw that.
rounded. Yeah, but yeah, if I had a couple more boxes, I could have made kind of a different shape or made it go out along the wall and do a loop or something. But actually, another thing I was looking at
I mean, it looked
the
good the
light
way you
kit.
set it up.
I was looking at the light kit for the train. I was like, huh, that would look kind of cool.
You want to run it
Light
in
it
the
up.
dark?
Yeah, that would be kind of neat. Have it running in the evening or something. And the lights off.
Nate, do you guys remember the Matchbox cars?
Matchbox cars?
Yeah.
When I was a
We
kid,
used
I
to
had
have
a
tons of
few,
them.
but I never got into the Matchbox cars. And I don't know why. You had Matchbox, Majorette, and Hot Wheels.
What?
And what little I had was Hot Wheels. I never got into the Matchbox. I never got into Majorette. I think
Nathan
Majorette's
had
a
a bunch
Canadian
of
company.
each. Oh, excuse me. Nathan, when he was like 2 to 4 or 5, somewhere in there, we had lots of Matchbox cars, a few Hot Wheels, and then he was big into the Cars movies, and we have a bin full of cars, the Cars movie cars, and then the Planes movie, bunch of planes and stuff. We got
So
tons
cars,
of
they were
that stuff.
probably Matchbox or Majorette, right? Probably Matchbox.
You know what?
Match?
I don't know who made. You know what? I wonder if it says on the bottom of cars.
Well, because the movie tie-in cars, they were larger than Hot Wheels. That's why I think it's Matchbox.
Well, Matchbox used to be behind locked doors. Right? I used to buy
Ma- They're
metal other
they're
ones,
Mattel.
Right.
they're behind locked doors.
Yeah, they just say Mattel and Disney Pixar on the bottom.
Oh my God! Listen to what Kevin said. I have not seen or read that in years, dude. No homo. I have not heard that in a long time. You're aging yourself there, buddy. Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, sex does sell, but I can't believe you said that. Although people can't believe I say brother a lot. I say brother all day. But
Mr. Blue always
I
always
grew up
says
in the
brother,
80s. Yeah. I grew up in the 80s, brother.
brother. I tell you what, brother. Wasn't that was a Hulk Hogan thing,
What
wasn't
one
it,
of my
brother?
yeah, it was a Hulk Hogan thing. One of my operators at work, when he goes up and down a lane near me, you hear him go woo, and then when I'm driving on my dock stalker, I go
Oh,
woo, and everyone
do the
thinks
Ric
we're
Flair.
nuts. Yeah,
Nice, I love it.
yeah.
Woo!
Well, he made me a little sign that I used to hang on my machine until we transferred over one company to the other. So I had to get rid of some stuff. And one of the things I got rid of was a shelving unit where I used to hide stuff. Well,
Yeah.
his sign had to go with it. And his sign was a picture of Ric Flair, and he had written a bunch of cool stuff on it. And it was basically saying, "Don't touch my machine, whatever, blah." Because I was always every day I write him a sign, Rick's machine, it's charging, leave on charge.
Yeah.
It's the only way I can get people not to screw with my machine, and it works. Don't mess with the old guy. It works,
Yeah.
especially now that he's trainer and he'll take you off the machine and make you push a broom. Now it
Yeah.
is. You know what? I'm bad. So today I played that card.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I went into a far lane because we're not too busy and we had people doing projects, and I saw them, and you had one reach guy with two people helping out. And so the reach operator is my biggest concern, because no matter what the two pedestrians are doing, the reach guy is responsible for his actions, and he's doing a high lift with people really close to him. And I go,
Oh,
hey,
like
and I
people
read the right
underneath him or
act.
something.
Too close, way too close. I
Yeah.
mean, even if his load was on the ground, they're supposed to be 20 feet away. That's the rules.
All right.
And the fact he had an elevated load, that made it all the worse. And then I said, listen, you you guys might want to stay away from that machine, especially around the trainer. Oh wait, I'm the trainer.
Yeah.
And very quickly they dispersed. It's like, yeah. And I
Yeah.
go, no, you have to be
First.
further than that. 20 feet away when he's on the ground, and 2 feet for every foot he moves that load up. So as high as he goes, as 45 feet, guess what? You got to be 90 feet back. They go, really? I go,
Yeah.
yeah.
So do they not have to put down like pylons or anything, or like
We don't do
cordon
that.
off a road?
We don't do
No,
that
because
normally.
they
Well,
do that like
normally you never have pedestrians around ever, but we're bored right now.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So they're looking for something to do, kind of thing. That's why they're
so
close. Or
we're giving, basically we're giving the operators time to pull down loads, rewrap them, clean them up, do inventory checks and counts, and we're giving them one or two general labor guys to do, you know, the wrapping and whatever bitch work.
yeah,
Um, I mean, it is what it is.
but they need to. If he pulls something down, they need to move it
Oh, they
out
gotta
of the
be.
way so
Well,
they
no,
can
they
work,
got to be
and
out
then
of the
you
way.
can
No,
go
no, they
back
got
in.
to be out of the way. He drops it down, and then they could do whatever, and then he'll put it back up.
Oh,
And
okay. Oh, so
clearly, these
then
guys,
he's. I gotcha.
yeah, but they're just working too close to each other. It's like, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
None of you operators are that good that I would trust you not to drop something on somebody.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Sometimes
sorry.
as good as you can be an operator, sometimes shit happens and it's out of your
Well, no,
control. And
no, but that's the number one thing. It's like, and
yeah,
people have said that, even my boss has done this around me and my other buddies. Oh, you're a good operator. We know that's the worst thing you can say to an operator,
yeah,
because
they get
that's
cocky.
where the accidents are going to happen, because you think
Yeah.
they're so good. It's like, dude,
Well, and that's just it. Because sometimes like
stuff
I've had
happens.
it where, well, yeah, like I've grabbed stuff off. Like obviously our racking doesn't go near as high as stuff that you've got in that warehouse. Like we've just got racking maybe goes,
Maybe 16
oh
feet.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
likely.
pretty,
And
because
like you
there's
can grab
typical
something up
lengths.
there,
Yeah,
and like I've had a somebody stacks something up there and it's sitting on a shitty pallet, and you go to grab it, and the pallet starts to break, or
Hmm.
just, and it's like,
And that's
ooh.
another thing we're trying to get people to realize, like, okay, wrapping skids is good, and wrapping skids is important, but actually pay attention to the skid you're actually putting up. The blue chips are great, but if skids are busted or broken or aging, like, don't use them.
Yeah.
Don't use them. And they're not figuring it out, and they're still dropping loads, and loads break, and it's like, you guys are going to learn. Some of you might have to lose your jobs before you learn, but you're going to learn.
Well, better lose your job than your life, kind of thing too.
Well, there's that too, because you can get another
Um,
job driving machines,
that was
especially right now. Very high
the
demand job
last.
in Toronto, in the GTA.
Yeah.
Very high demand.
Um, this, I'm trying to think when this was. I was working at Sugargrove, I think. So that was, we're talking, it's probably 15 years ago. Um, there was, I think it was a guy from Caterpillar was servicing a forklift at Home Depot, and like, I don't know what he was doing, especially the Caterpillar guys. Like, Cat is big into safety.
Yep.
Something happened, and the frickin' forklift felt like it. He was underneath servicing it, and the damn thing fell and killed him. That
Oh,
was,
damn.
Wow.
yeah. I bet you it's at least 15 years ago. But
I got to
that's,
admit, since I've become a trainer, though, my anxiety levels have gone through the roof.
oh yeah,
I mean, because it's been about 6 or 7 years since I've officially been a trainer. And now that I'm back doing it, it's like, oh,
yeah. That's a lot of responsibility, because
yep,
you're,
I'm signing
yeah,
off on the guy. And
you're
it's like,
signing off. Yeah, exactly.
I'm saying this guy's safe, when right now our safety record isn't as good as it should be.
Yeah,
And I don't want to be that guy who doesn't give a guy a chance to be a good operator. Because we all started somewhere.
yeah.
Yep.
But I
I think
joke all the
Rick,
time.
you'd have a heyday at our business, because you'd be yelling at us all the time. You would. This, I know the first thing you do is yell at me in our parts department, just like behind our counters. A lot of times we don't have near enough ladders, so like I'll do and mind you, our bins are so tight together, you can do the old straddle. So I'll
Oh,
step
okay.
up,
Oh,
straddle up to get to the top, and yeah, I do that quite often.
Well, see, the
And
worst part
every time
is,
I do it, I was like, "Oh, good thing our safety guy isn't here today."
yeah. Well,
Get
and
hollered
this is
at.
the worst part, because okay, so I'm trainer now. I'm the old guy. I'm the guy with the most seniority on the floor, and it looks like I'm probably going to be joint health and safety again from the looks of it. And
Oh
it's
yeah,
like,
you mentioned
I'm
that.
just digging myself such a deep hole. No one's going to like me anymore. Um, I mean, most of these guys want to kill me already, and yeah, let's take on a job where I get to pester them even more.
Yeah, they've already been pestering with your frickin' water bottles and stuff there this over the summer,
Oh,
wasn't
yeah,
it? Gee.
yeah, that was kind of nasty. Screwing with my
That was
water
before you
bottles
made
when
the
I'm on
switch too,
break.
right?
Yeah, no, that was something else. It's like, uh, well, I'll tell you, even if that was done after the switch, it would have been even more harsh,
Yeah,
because I see that with the company structure now. Like, they can't afford to play games.
yeah.
Because
Walmart won't
lawsuits.
put up with that
Well,
shit, eh?
yeah, they can't afford a lawsuit. Well, I should say can't afford, but they don't want to deal with that
No.
lawsuit. So it's like, no, no games, guys.
hmm.
I'm seeing how the real corporate environment of the company works now, and it's like, wow. I'm a dinosaur in the way I think, and I've done every wrong thing you could do with a machine and in a warehouse and goofing
Yeah.
around. lifting other machines. I've done all this stuff,
Oh yeah, I've done that too. The
and
lifting other machines.
yeah,
We used to have an old forklift that was like one of the ones like we were talking there the other day about it shouldn't go outside, but it
yeah,
would go outside because we wouldn't have a choice, eh? So and you get on uneven ground and gravel and you get stuck, eh? So then we'd get our big case 586E forklift and of course you'd go and we'd go to hook a chain on it. Somebody's freaking didn't put the chain back in the bucket on the back of the forklift. It's like, God damn it.
yeah.
Now what am I going to do? So what do? You go and put the forks together and you scoop the damn forklift up the center, pick it up, move it about 5 feet, put her down, good to go.
Well, it's like one of my bosses was shocked to learn that I've moved trailers by taking two dock stalkers outside. So me and my buddy lift up the trailer and push it in because we call
Oh
them
yeah,
pushbacks because all the time the trailers slide, they're not
yeah,
chalked right, whatever, especially in the winter. And of course, this is the worst time of year to do it is the winter. But yeah, we'll go out and we'll push them back. No big deal. How can you do
so,
that? They're so heavy. Well, that's why you take two machines out, boss.
yeah. We, so you would lift one at the front of the trailer, one at the
No,
back,
no,
and lift
both at the back.
the
Both at the back. We
oh
both lift
just
at the same time and push it back
oh and then
against the
just give
dock.
it a push.
Yeah, yeah. Because it takes me sometimes an hour to get anything done because my shunt driver is always at our other warehouse, 1 or 2 kilometers away, and they're the priority. So for us to get anything done, it can be very tough sometimes. And I said, we can do this, if you look the other way.
Yeah, yeah,
Rick, I'm shocked that would come out of your mouth. I go, hey, 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 you know, I've done everything you can do. I don't claim to be an angel. That's why I'm good at what I do because I recognize the devil.
yeah, yeah. Well, and you know what? And you know the limits of the machines. You know what they're capable of and what
Yeah,
they're not capable
because
of
what
doing.
they're rated at is totally different than what they can actually lift.
Yeah,
And I'm always
something like
telling
what
the
you did there. The I wouldn't say what you did was overly super dangerous, other than maybe not knowing if there's someone on the other side of the trailer when you're giving it a shove. That was
well,
probably
no,
the most
the whole
dangerous
thing
thing.
was that it need at this particular event it needed a pushback. There was no
But
one
yeah,
screwing
but
around inside, and I'm outside with my buddy and lift.
yeah, as far as anything you're yeah, it's pretty safe. It's not like what you're saying. The guys got
Trust
lifting
me,
something 30 feet over the air and
the
somebody
original
roughly
time when
underneath
I
it
had
is a
done
little
that, different
different.
set of bosses. When I had done that, I had no problem getting approval because, well, I had all kinds of ghetto fixes for problems. I was a problem
Yeah.
solver, right? And it's like my boss said, "You can do it." Yeah, sure, no problem.
Well, that's just it. Because otherwise, what you got to go, you got to go. Somebody's got to hook onto it with a semi tractor.
So
That's a
part of
lot of
my
screwing
train the
around.
trainer course that I had finished, one of the slides they show one forklift lifting a stack of 20 or 30 skids and then a guy standing on that stack to get onto the roof. And I snickered. I was laughing and giggling so hard. And my trainer, who's training me, he goes, "What's so funny?" I go, "That could be my photo. That could have been me." What do
That
you
could
mean?
have been
I go,
me.
"I did that 22 years ago." What?
Yeah.
I go, "Yeah, we had to get on the roof. Something was
Oh yeah.
smoking up there and we didn't know what." So I put my buddy on a skid, raised him up, put him on a stack of
Yeah.
skids, and then we raised the whole tower of skids up so he could get on the roof. He goes, "You're kidding. I've never met anyone that stupid." I go, "Now you have."
Yeah. Stupid is, stupid does.
Not
Well, guys,
proud, but it's
it's
Yeah.
midnight, and I'm gonna call it a night.
okay. Well, thank
So,
you for hanging, Eileen. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
well,
You
thanks for
bet.
having me on there. I appreciate it, and
Oh,
every time
always a
you
pleasure.
like to build that standard lawn, it is such a good build.
Yeah,
Give
she's
it,
just so busy with work. She's just struggling to do the builds. And it's like, I tell her, do a little less of the work, get off the phones, get off the screen, and just build something, and you'll feel better.
yep, yep. So I will see you guys probably next week. I'm going away for a few days, and it's kind of rude to get onto stream or YouTube when you're visiting friends. So I'll see you when I get back.
For sure.
Take it
You have a
easy.
good night, Eileen.
Okay,
Good night.
bye.
Good night.
That was nice. Been a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah, that's a long time since she'd been
I
on.
I think my goal is to clear up whatever this is, and then I'll call it a stream because I don't want to go to 4 hours. I want to keep it
Yeah.
350 tops.
I need to look. What time? What time is it your time now?
12:01 a.m.
Oh, Christ. Okay. Yeah, I'm going too then.
You're good. Okay.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
don't want to leave these parts out, and I feel there's probably another bag opening. I don't want to open more bags. All right. So you take it easy,
All
and I'll
right.
catch you later.
Yeah. You betcha. Later. Good night.
Peace. And then there was me. But yeah, I want to get a little more of this done. Let's see. I remember getting these little Lego sets from Shell gas station and Prices and Cereal. Dude, do you have any of those left? Because I guarantee you, if you got them, they're worth something. The health and safety guy isn't trying to be the bad guy. It's your bad habits. That's the speech I give to the younger generation. Yeah. And that's one of the things that's kind of working in my favor right now because I've done all the stupid stuff and I'm still doing some stupid stuff. I'm not going around being perfect, but it's like every day now I'm finding like, oh man, I've really got to do things even better than before because I got to live up to even a higher standard now. Because not only do I know everything, I got all this paid brand new recertification stuff, where they sent me off site to get all this new training and then literally a course on teaching me how to teach people. And so they've really invested a lot of money in me and they're going to do it again in the new year. There's even more courses they want to send me off to. It's like they're really serious about safety and I'm glad they are. But of course now we got to change the culture in my building. And that's going to take time, but there's a lot of stories I can tell and about the good old days and how dumb some of the things we did were. And so at least I can relate to some of the dumb things they're doing. I'm not just a book learning guy, right? Oh, you still got nice. It's like, when I had the UNICEF truck, technically I only had it an hour, not an hour, a day, not even. Let's see, about 6 o'clock Friday night, and I had relinquished it to the new owner, 11 Saturday morning. So not even a day. But I've gotten lots of cool vintage sets since, even older than that one. But yeah, I mean, the old stuff, don't want to sell it now. As I'm picking them up and I'm starting to collect some of these vintage ones because I know everyone's enamored by new stuff and current rare stuff, but it's like, no, you go back. That's where some of the really, really cool stuff is. This head is so big right now. I'm getting a little lost here. Oh, there's the eyes. Are they? Oh, I see. It looks like one eye, the print is slightly scratched. Not a big deal. If I really cared, I suppose I could fix it. Let's see what the picture shows. Yeah, it probably counts as a scratch. Not a big deal, though. Let's see, some tiles. I'm just going to move this here or over here, because I'm afraid of hitting it, but I want to keep it on screen. I mean, that's half the build right there. one of each of these. It's 1, 2. And come on, 2 of these. 2x2s. You'd never sell any classic or system Lego, yeah. When I found that UNICEF truck, though, I mean, it was kind of a no-brainer at the time. You know, it's hard to turn down $800 cash when you only spent $15 on like 2 shopping bags, 2 no-frills bags full of Lego. And that wasn't even the best part. I mean, that was the best part, but like I still sold like 4 or 5 more sets and still made another 100 or $200. And I mean, that was the gift that just kept on giving. That was just amazing. Now, with today's circumstances, I mean, because that was what, 2012, 2013-ish, just as I was breaking in to the Lego scene again. Now, yeah, I wouldn't. I shouldn't say I wouldn't, because that's probably horse shit. That's probably horse doo-doos. Because I do jump at opportunities to make some bank. And the best part of that UNICEF deal was like, you know, Friday night when I got home and I'm sorting stuff out and I'm going online. And this was back in the original Lego Collectors of Canada group. And I posted the one UNICEF picture and people informed me, hey, you know, do you got another? And it's like, yeah, I got another. I found it half hour later. And they said, well, you know, you may have the whole set. So I found the instructions because, of course, Lego wasn't hosting them anymore, but I found them. Got the parts list and started fishing out all the vintage pieces. And it turns out everything in that bag was vintage, all from like 1982 and 1983. Everything in that bag, I think. And sure enough, I had the UNICEF set, and I had a jet set, and I had a classic space set, and I had like, it's just incredible what was in there. And everything but one set was complete. And even the one that wasn't complete, I ended up fixing on my own. One of my early fixer-uppers. So there's the face so far. It's starting to look like something. And it's interesting what Mega does here. Red on this side, blue on this side. They've done this on a bunch of sets. Visually, it's great with the instructions because they don't always point out when to rotate a set, but because of the visual cues they put in on parts that are going to get hidden, you pretty much always know your orientation. So I find it's harder to screw up because they could have easily made these all the same color or whatever. Hey, Big Nate's in the house. We are almost halfway through this 800 plus piece build of a Eevee. I think I called it a giant Eevee, and it's not. It's a jumbo Eevee. I'll fix that when I do part 2, since it's pretty clear I'm not going to get it all finished on this stream. I basically gave my NES and TMNT stuff away for steal, but I made sure it was going to permanent homes, and I kept my first 6 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ever. Second release, the ones after the rubber heads. Oh, okay. My brother had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I had the comic books, but he ended up with toys. He was 10 years younger than me, though. Okay, so now I'm going to put that there while I figure out this sub build. That's funny. I just realized I didn't run my secondary stream that I do for recording, so I won't have a clean recording of this. Actually, that's kind of untrue. I could just take that box. It's not a big deal if I really care. But usually I run a secondary stream just to do a recording that won't have the multiple cameras and won't have any overlays on it, just so that it's cleaner looking. Da, 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 da. Come on. Oh, if I'm missing this one piece, this is going to be bad. There we go. We're not there yet. Please don't start on comics tonight, laughing. I love comics as well. When did I stop buying the books? Around 97? I think that's when I stopped buying the comics, and that was mostly because my little comic business kind of went pop. I had about 100 to 125 customers when it all kind of imploded. And it was because my distributor, which in Toronto, Silver Snail Comics, had control of the market because they were the importer through their Andromeda business. So I was going to Andromeda twice a week to pick up, 2 long boxes of books for my customers because I was making little mini catalogs. And which was great for as long as that little business ran. Unfortunately, I kind of screwed myself because I was taking my profits too fast. And then after about 2 years of running the business and things were going great, and I had gone from like 3 or 4 friends up to 125 people, then it was like, they informed me that we are no longer going to be selling to you. I go, well, why? Blah, blah, blah. I got a business permit, this and that. They go, well, you said you were doing tables and shows and this and that, and people are complaining. What are they complaining about? They were never clear. But it turns out, as a comic shop I used to work at, Yesterday's Heroes, the guy who bought that place out, and I worked for him for about 6 months, helping him turn it over and fix up some stuff and catalog some books. He figured out that I guess you would say I was slowly stealing customers because I was offering them the same reservation service, but about 25 cents less per book, because this would make my numbers look better with the distributor. They'd get off my back, and it's like, yeah, because I'm buying good numbers. So my whole thing was to not pay what was then the taxes that our government had levied on us. And by buying wholesale, I was able to get by a lot of that, and I didn't have to charge taxes as long as I made less than 30 grand or whatever the magic number was. So everybody was winning on this deal, and it was great. And I was in high school doing this, and I was just having a blast until it went pop. And then I had a week to figure out how was I going to pay back customers, because I was putting out the catalog, and I think I had a 2 or 3 month lead time versus the catalogs, and I'm spending my profits ahead of time. So what I ended up doing was because I couldn't pay everyone back cash. I paid some back, but others, I said, listen, here's my collection. Here's a list. And I listed about 80% of my collection. I said, you can cherry pick what you want based on, 80% of value. And because that would kill, any arguments like, oh, yours isn't a mint or whatever. It's like, okay, so we'll say it's 80%. And almost everyone took me up on it. They were more than happy to raid my collection. Fortunately, I come out of it okay. It's not like I had to give up all of it. Gave up a fair bit, but that was the end of me buying books. And then at one point, when it was clear my daughter had no interest in my collection and I didn't really want to go about selling my books, I just basically gave them to my mom because I figured she had time. She's retired and she's home. And so she started cataloging them, and she's got all my long boxes. You know, I don't know what, 30, 40, 50, whatever, 100 long, but a lot of these, boxes I hold, is it 300 when they're bagged and boarded? But anyway, yeah, she's sitting on all of this great stuff. And whenever I go to the shows and I see the comic guys, I remember all the issues. I got a pretty good memory for that stuff. I can tell you who drew what and who wrote what. And so I see this stuff. I go, hey, Ma, issue 86 and 87 New Mutants is going for whatever. And trying to push her, it's like, if you're ever going to make a move, it might be good to do it now. But yeah, I know she had contacted a comic shop at one point. I said, well, yeah, you can do that, but you're never going to get what it's worth because they got to be able to resell it. Go and list it on Kijiji or another selling service, you don't have to eBay it. I know eBay's a hassle, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if she's hoping I'll ask for him back. And it's like, no, anything I wanted to read, I've read. My daughter has no interest in it. And sure, there's value there, but it's like, no, I already got enough stuff in my place. I don't need the comics too. That looks pretty good though. Look at the head. The Lego pop head's been nicer because it's curved. Yeah, I mean it's a nice use of the different pieces. Just a little bit of studs exposed for texture. I mean, it's still blocky in my opinion, but that's okay. I do like so far how solid it feels. Like it's substantial, I mean, I literally could commit a crime with that. It caved someone's head in. Like, that is something else. So I'm just building the other cheek from the looks of it here. Yeah, that's fine. Had to get symmetrical sooner or later. So let's put you got to come on stream one of these days, Kevin. Let's see. Similar thing happened with me and those magic cards, not getting into it, but it took a huge loss being 12 or 13 at time spending a lot more money. Yeah. No, I had a good thing going. I mean, I was already buying comics for like a good solid 5 or 6 years at that point. And it was just about my last year of high school. Must have been my last, maybe. And when that all went pop, it's like, it was devastating, but at the same time, it was a relief. Because at that point, you had Image Comics had just become a thing. All the companies in Marvel, DC, Image, Malibu, of course, being publisher for Image, Dark Horse, maybe to a lesser extent, they're all doing gimmick covers, bagged copies, multiple covers, you name it. Every gimmick to sell extra copies of crap for, it had been going on for 3 to 5 years at that point, but it was really getting ridiculous. And the whole industry kind of imploded. And it really sucked because, I mean, it's like we were buying 5 different copies of X-Men #1, the Jim Lee stuff, and it's like, why? 5 weeks, each week a different variant cover was coming out. It was just ridiculous. And then in the second month, you got issue 2, and it's like, yeah, but you just bought 4 at regular price, and then 1 that was like better paper, fold-out cover, whatever the gimmick was. And I'm sure there was yet another variant on that too. The stupid stuff we did back then. Eve is less blocky than a Lego Pop Fig build. Sure. Yeah, I'd agree with that. One thing Mega has done a lot of is these slightly rounded pieces in the last 10 years. But like everything else they do, like they were horrible before. Just wretched. Had I started buying Mega in the beginning and not working backwards, I would never have continued to buy Mega, that's for sure. Because I started pretty impressed with Mega. Because of 2 Warthog builds from like the 2015-16 era. But if I had started buying in 2010, I don't think I'd ever touch them again, because all the older ones have lots of problems. I got the full line. I got to put it on the biggers. There we go. I got the full line of Superman's Death, All Issues is 1 book, Nightwing, and also the newest Carnage, all the multi-issues. When my buddy got out of the comics thing, what he gave me, which I kept, I still got them, is all the graphic novels or the reprinted books, because that's the way he liked to go after stuff. He wasn't going to go after original issues. He didn't see any value to it, because once you start reading it, you're going to mess it up and devalue it anyway. Accidentally spit on it, or spill something or whatever shenanigans. So he would just buy whatever story, wait till it gets collected. So I got like all of his graphic novels. I still have those because it was a great thing to keep around. And just as COVID was coming around, it's like I was starting to sell a few of those, and it's like, then I stopped wanting to do that. Just wasn't worth trying to meet up when everyone was super freaking out about COVID and say, you know what, I'll wait a little longer. What I am trying to do is sell my trading cards, and I stopped that about a year ago. I got all those 4 slotted boxes full of cards, and not I would say 25% of them are sports cards. The rest of them are non-sports, because that's what I really got into. My dad wanted me to get into the sports cards, but I just didn't have the same interest. For me, it was the comic cards and then the movie cards and other gimmick cards. And I never got into the gaming cards like Magic like you, but not in a big way anyway. Pokemon cards. I mean, there's definitely a few of those floating around. But yeah, and I was actually doing okay every week. We were doing Saturday meetups at Tim Hortons and selling. I would set up 3 appointments and sell a bunch of stuff, and it was great. My wife was just smiling. It's like, yeah, let's get rid of some stuff. But then COVID just made it a little uncomfortable, so we stopped for a while. I need 2 of those, but I only see 1. Not cool. Oh, there's the other. Yeah, collective stories. Yeah, I guess that's what you could call them. I mean, for me, because you could buy separate graphic novels, which were unique stories. And then there was the reprint stuff, published the same way as a graphic novel. So for me, they're all graphic novels. I don't really differentiate between them. Actually, it's a good little series of stuff because he grabbed a lot of the stuff that had Art Adams art. So there's some Asgardian stuff, some of the Long Shot story. His limited series is collected. X-Men versus Alpha Flight is collected. I think that's more Art Adams stuff. There's a bunch of John Burns stuff there. Days of Futures Past, I think. Sounds right. Does that go under? Yeah, I did that. So that looks like that piece, if I've got this right. I tell you, in many ways, this is going together easier than stuff like Yoda or Grogu. They just fit nice and clean. Or BB-8. You know, still a little squarish, a little blocky, but, you know, definitely cute looking. I still got a fair bit of pieces here. Really? We're going to get to the ears? We'll see. As long as it's under 4 hours, I don't care. We're almost at 3. I never bought Pokemon cards for gameplay or value. Let's see. We got that there. So, not sure what part we're building now. No clue. I'm just loving the fact that this is not made up of little itty bitty bits. They're all kind of substantial. Be curious to see what's left over because Mega will surprise you sometimes with what they leave as extra. Like some of the Halo builds, a lot of big important parts are duplicated. And you almost wonder if it's quality control. That's why they gave you so many extra, or if they intended. But it happens enough that it makes me think it's intended. Oh, interesting. Now, why wouldn't you have me do that before in the previous step? I just don't understand sometimes. It's like, is there not an easier way to do it? Okay, now we're back into paranoia. Do I need 2 of those? Or I need 2. In a part I don't possibly have in... Oh no, there we go. But I'm just looking at some of the stuff. It's like, oh man. I'm hoping it's going to be okay. One, 2. One, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes I find the order of the instructions funny or confusing. I feel they could do certain things better. Same with Lego. It's like I look at it like, wouldn't it be easier this way? Am I looking to buy? No. I have no interest in buying or accumulating cards. I'm looking at dumping everything. Before things went pop, at the beginning of COVID, because I did try into COVID and it just got awkward. But it's like I was selling, all the Marvel cards and all the DC cards and then all the rare prototypes. Because the nice thing about being in the comic business at the time, I was getting the prototype and display promotional type stuff. And so I had all these unique items. And of course, I sold off some of the easy, low lying for, holograms and stuff first. But then as things got a little, it's like, okay, you know what? I'll just sit on the rest of it for now. I put the card boxes up. Oh, on the back of the head. Look at that now. It looks like a proper, hey, it's a thermal detonator. Solid looking head there. My decapitated Eevee. I probably need one of these and one of these. Yeah. Oh, actually. Like that. Two of those. What are they having me do here? I have no idea. And yet they say 2. Oh, times 2. Duh. Well, I'm making ears. For sure. Yeah, no, I'm not spending a dime on cards. Because while that stuff's super cool, to me it's just paper, 2 of those, and then parallel builds. Okie dokie. Oh, I don't like that. That could be more solid. Yeah, it's the Eevee grenade. When it explodes, Pokemon come out. That would be funny. Well, this part's going fairly quick. And I'll have to open up these. I'm assuming it's kind of left side, right side, based on nothing, just a guess. So I'm going to open them separately. Love these printed parts. Like, just beautiful. Okay, so I'm at this step. And one across the bottom. One across the bottom. Dang, I want to sell my sports cards, but I'm not doing eBay. Yeah. And I don't want to do eBay for the cards. Kijiji did pretty good for me. When we also had the other service, what was it, Letgo? Really good. But then Letgo got bought by, I want to say eBay. I don't know who bought them. But they made it go away. And it's like, oh man, you guys. I mean, it was a good service. It really was. Okay, so that goes on there. And then okay. Oh yeah, I just realized some of these aren't even visible here. And the prints are lining up quite nicely. Like dead on perfect. We definitely wouldn't be able to get that with Lego stickering. It just would not come out as well. And then what? These two pieces down here. Well, look how good that looks. You're not going to get that with a Lego sticker. I'm not sure if I've done this piece the right way, but it looked good on the other one, so I'm going to leave it alone. Yeah, I guess it looks good. Ash tosses Pokeball Eevee. I choose you. So I got these two, and yet no connecting piece. Oh, speak of the devil. Two of these. Oh, why wouldn't I not? That seems funny. Well, we'll do one at a time then. I mean, are these identical? Okay, so left to right, they don't matter. So if I do this, nope. That looked good, but that was wrong. So it must protrude? Yeah, it does. And then a 2x2 to lock it in. And then a 2x4 to make that piece strong. And now I have this. And then for this one, basically same thing but reverse. Two by two, 2x4. Turn, and then I have that. And I take my Eevee grenade. And it looks like that way. Nice. That looks great. I gotta admit, that does look good. I love these sculpture builds, whether it's Mega or Lego. I mean, ships and stuff are cool. I'm not saying they're not, but that guy just looks great. I mean, look at the expressions, you know? That's the thing I loved about the Pokemon, what I could do with the ears and the tail and the arms and the feet. Make it look like he's listening. Okay, here's the thing. If there are dudes willing to check weight of the Tim Hortons hockey cards, kind of like people do with the Lego blind bags, How come I can't sell my cards on Facebook? Oh my God. I remember Upper Deck when they first started doing the holograms. And so, wow, how old was I? 16? 16. And we had a game. I think the store still exists, Legends of the Game. And one of the things some of the people used to do was they would weigh the cards because the foil packs would be slightly heavier than the cardboard. There was a difference, a measurable difference, but you had to have a drug scale to do it. So if a box was open, you were screwed. You couldn't trust it. You couldn't trust that someone hadn't figured out what had at least a higher chance of certain types of cards. Yeah, they do kind of look like boats, for sure. Yeah, and it's just a shame. Like, too many of these pieces we can't do in Lego, where we'd have, a chance of finding more colors and stuff. But I still think you can get around it with a little creative work. You can find instructions for this guy on the Mega Construx site, though. Take a look at it yourself. I mean, 90% of the build is very straightforward. It's just working around the few parts Lego doesn't do. But yeah, those ears are really cool. Okay, so actually they say it. Well, I'm attaching now, am I? Okay. Wow. So there's our head connected to the body. So we can rotate like this. And we have the ratchet effect there. Although, honestly, with that head, I mean, I guess it's okay. The ratchet will support the head there. It's doing an okay job. It seems better than the Pikachu was for supporting the head. So I'm probably not going to have to get too involved in fixing problems. It's not bad, though. But that's it for... And these two pieces weren't used. One of each. Could be later. Yeah, nothing looks like it's terribly missing here. And then a 789. So yeah, we're calling it. But we'll leave that as a thing. Yeah. If you had some packs where there was an exclusive hollow foil card, you could definitely weigh out the differences with a drug scale. I mean, there was always a slight variation in all packs, but all things being equal, those would fall into a certain tolerance range, and the ones that had a hollow card or a diamond prison card or whatever, depending on what you were into, you could absolutely detect it with a drug scale. So once a box was open in a store, you as a consumer, the odds of you finding stuff got a lot lower. At least in Toronto. I got to believe it was the same everywhere else. I once covered my fridge with baseball reflective stickers, and upon moving, I sold said fridge for twice the price. Really? It came with a rental. Oh no. That's cool though. That's really cool. All right. Thanks for hanging with me, Kevin. This has been really cool. And actually, I'm surprised how nice this build's go. Actually, I'm not that surprised. I had high expectations when I bought it. Just it took me a long time to get around to wanting to crack that box open. Not that they have any real value in letting them sit. I mean, so far none of the Pokemon sets have gone up, but they've been nice. So yeah, I'm gonna shut her down, and maybe sometime tomorrow I'll finish it up. So, oh yeah, and I still got to do more calendar builds, so there's that going on tomorrow. So, one, maybe two streams tomorrow. We'll see. People still weigh those hockey packages at Tim's these days. It's weird. Everyone finds a way to game the system. Hey, no problem, man. We gotta get you on here, man. It'll be a lot easier to talk, and then I don't have to look at the chat. Because I hate looking at the chat. I really do. I actually played with running voice software that would read it to me. It all sounds horrible. And then when people do actually talk to me and then the chat's running, it just wasn't good. But I'm still trying to find a workaround. But yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow. Anyone who's watching, take it easy. Yeah, on the flip side. Peace.